The following is a presentation of Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
Tonight, both teams in this hockey game would like that to be tonight, but for different reasons. The Saginaw Spirit and the Erie Otters meet for the third time this year here inside the Dow Event Center. We welcome you up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. My name's Dylan Clark. We'll be joined by Brad Waltz later on in the pregame show. Saginaw 2-0 in the season series against the Erie Otters. One in this building on October the 24th, one back in January at Erie Insurance Arena. But recently, the Spirit have fallen on hard times. We'll take a look at the numbers here between Saginaw and Erie going into this Friday night contest. 5 consecutive losses for the Spirit, including a shutout in this building on Wednesday night, where they ran into Carter George. 37 shots, nothing got past him. 6-0, they fall to the Sioux Greyhounds. And the Erie Otters have lost consecutive hockey games after a 3-2 school day loss yesterday on home ice against the Guelph Storm. They've won just one out of their last 10 hockey games. So both teams looking to get off the slide and back in the win column. And the players most apt to help them do that, Michael Deck. You see his name at the bottom of your screen. You see him in warm-ups as well. 6-game point streak coming into tonight's contest. 5 goals and 3 assists for 8 points in that span. He was an acquisition back in October for Wesley Royston with the Owen Sound attack. 35 points in just 32 games with the Otters. He's their leading scorer. Michael Deck looks to lead the Otters back into the win column tonight against the Saginaw Spirit. And for Saginaw, when you're sliding, you look to your leadership group. You look to the guy that wears the C. And here in Saginaw, that's Dima Zhilkin. A goal and an assist back on October the 24th against the Otters. A 3-point night on January the 17th. So that means 5 points for Dima Zhilkin in just 2 games against the Erie Otters so far this season. 2 goals during Saginaw's 5-game losing stretch. The Spirit captain sits at 24 on the season. A couple of players to keep an eye on. Chris Lazary spoke about chances and scoring opportunities versus capitalizing on them. We'll take a break. When we come back, Coach's Corner with the Spirit bench boss and how Saginaw looks to bear down and finish on the chances they're manufacturing from themselves. Coach's Corner coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates, retirement made clear.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner as the Spirit take on the Erie Otters on this Friday night, joined again by Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. And coach, in the last contest Wednesday night against the Sioux, 37 shots on goal. Is it just a case of running into a hot goaltender? Is it really all it comes down to?
Yeah, I mean, that first period, like, so many good chances. You got to try to build a lead against a real good team like that. And then, you know, they come down, they get that power play goal and kind of gets away on you there a little bit. Like, I actually think we played a terrible game. We lost, right? 6-0, and but there's some good stuff inside the game. That team's built to win. I know they're missing some good players, but I really think like them and Kitchener to me are maybe the two most dangerous teams in the Western Conference. And I was lucky enough to have Georgie at the World Juniors with us. I've watched him for a month at that tournament when I was with Canada. Like, he's elite, and he showed it last night.
Jacob Klucha, you talked about guys trying to work their way out of things. 7 shots on goal in that game against the Sioux. Is he maybe the best example in that game of just trying to work things because he's trying to shake off the slump like a lot of other guys are?
Yeah, like shooting off. I mean, we put a lot of – so we've given our guys this week and the last few weeks a lot of analytics into goal scoring. Right now in the room every day, I'll pick a theme, whether it's off pass, in stride, pull shoot, net front stuff. Like, I'll build a movie of NHL clips and they'll loop all day. So they get these concepts into their head, and him like shooting more, shooting off pass, getting in the inside, seconds and thirds, like things that lead to goals or analytics that lead to goals or things we need individuals to do better. So collectively as a team, we can score more other than one line. I thought he had a good, at least it's in his head, right? He's there and he's trying to do the stuff, and we need to continue to do all that throughout our group. Like, we are 5th in the league in expected goals in any situation, whether it's power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5. We're the 5th best team at creating scoring chances, but we're the 2nd worst team at actually scoring our chances. We're negative 20 something. Like, it's the only team worse than us, surprisingly enough, is Kitchener. So we create a lot. We don't score enough from those chances. We're trying to work on that in practice.
You mentioned showing guys those different kinds of shots. Just how big is that visual example for these guys? How much are they visual learners when they're 17, 18, 19 years old?
Well, it's hard to argue NHL guys doing it right, scoring goals at the NHL, not just one goal, like a lot. I clip every goal in the morning, categorize them so we're able to search and put them in a folder. But if you're asking a player in a room right now that, you know, they're a month into the season, and you tell me the 4 things analytically that allow you to score goals or give you the best chance to score goals, they probably couldn't answer it. You know, so we've got to give them that data, but also give them examples of what it looks like, and then put them in that situation in practice to try to put it into the game. That's how we look at development. And it takes a long time with teenage kids. Like, a pro, you can say do it, they do it. A teenage guy, anyone that has kids or teenagers, like, what you want them to do doesn't happen the next day. You got to be very patient, and it's coming. But our previous group that won the Memorial Cup 2 years prior to that, the core of that group, they're doing the same stuff. You know, so as you get older, you get better, you get smarter, and you figure things out while you spend time in our program, and that's the idea.
2 wins so far in the season for Saginaw against the Erie Otters. You managed 11 goals, 4 in those games. What was working well offensively in those earlier meetings?
Yeah, I think like any teenage guy, you might look at a team that's similar to you in terms of the standings and get confidence. Like, okay, we're going to have a chance to win tonight. Erie probably feels the same way, right? Those bottom teams, and it's not the right way to look at it, but the reality is they do. And I just feel like when we play a team against somebody that's in a similar spot as us in the standings, we go out confident, and we see the talent that I see every day, day to day through practice. I see it in those games. Our challenges do it all the time, and we're working towards that, but it takes time with a young group.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight. That's Chris Lazary. Saginaw taking on the Erie Otters tonight. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today. Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks, access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors, and access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life, where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Season series 5-3 in this building back on October the 24th. 6-1 in Erie on January the 17th. We'll take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University, your community-engaged university in the Great Lakes Bay region. Michael Deck, Erie's leading scorer with 50 points on the season. He starts out with Andrew Kuzma and McLean Agrette up front, Lucas Ambrosio and the Otter captain Tristan Trevino on the back end. It'll be Noah Tegelar between the pipes for the Otters. And for the Saginaw Spirit, they'll go with the second line to start things out. Brody Popoy with Ryan Hanrahan at center. Winnipeg Jets 7th rounder Jacob Kluche at right wing. Josh Glavin and Xander Valeris on the blue line, and Stepan Shurigan between the pipes. Your starting lineups brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. One more break. We come back. Puck drop national anthems here on this Friday night from Saginaw. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluche scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Zilkin. He'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Zilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Angela Bradley with the national anthems here inside the Dow Event Center before Saginaw and Erie. We'll take a look at our starting goaltenders for tonight's game, brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. Noah Tegelar back between the pipes here for the Erie Otters. This will be his fourth appearance in the blue and gold of Erie since being acquired from the Sioux Greyhounds back on January the 8th. A win with the Otters. It was his most recent appearance, a 3-2 shootout win where he stopped 34 out of 36 against his former team, the Sioux Greyhounds. Also stopped 22 against the Saginaw Spirit in a loss back in Erie on January the 17th. Noah Tegelar, 8 victories on the season, 3.10 goals against average, .885 save percentage. Stepan Shurigan, for the 43rd time, he is just shy of the 44 games he played last season with MHC Molot Perm in the MHL over in Russia. Stopped 31 against the Sioux Greyhounds on Wednesday in what was a 6-0 loss for the Saginaw Spirit. Still, to this point, as it's been the case all season long, it seems, nobody's made more saves, nobody's played more games, and nobody has seen more minutes in the Ontario Hockey League goal creases than Stepan Shurigan out of Samara, Russia. Your officials for tonight's game, brought to you by WNEM TV5, Alex Jobert and TJ Hunter, the referees. Riley Brass and Justin Cornell will work the lines. A full color matchup here tonight. Erie in the golds with the navy blue, Saginaw in the navy blue and red here on home ice. Dylan Clark alongside Brad Walsh. And Walshy, two teams that have fallen on tough times here as of late. The Otters just one win in their last 10. Saginaw's lost 5 straight games. They are battling for that final playoff spot in the Western Conference, and Saginaw's only got 18 games until it is postseason time. What do you expect between two teams that are scrapping for things here in the month of February?
It should be a good one. Should be a playoff-type atmosphere. And Saginaw, having that tough loss on Wednesday night, obviously wants to get the weekend started right and, trend in the right direction.
Lines have been shaken up here a little bit for Chris Lazary. The second line has been deconstructed a little bit. Ryan Hanrahan is going to center Brody Popoy and Jacob Cloutier. Typically, it's been Carson Harmer centering them. In our Delta College opening faceoff, Hanrahan against Andrew Kuzma. Saginaw controls, and Brody Popoy chases things down. Here to start this Friday night contest. Thanks so much for being with us, everybody. Ryan Hanrahan, Saginaw's first-round pick this year, drops it off. Josh Glavin, little fumble as he makes his way into the circle. McLean Agret's going to follow him back down below the goal line, and Ryan Hanrahan snaps it back under there as well. Brody Popoy, free agent signing by Saginaw coming into this season. Flips it underneath now for Jacob Cloutier. The reverse again is back up to the left point. Josh Glavin flips it back. This is Cloutier again. Over the top. Glavin the shot, and a save made by Tegelar. Good possession in the offensive zone from Saginaw. 35 seconds off the clock. And a decent scoring opportunity smothered by the Otter goaltender. Walsey, it was a busy first period for Saginaw on Wednesday night. 6-0. They were shut out by the Sioux Greyhounds, but they had a 17-8 shot advantage in the first period. They went into the dressing room down 1-0, but they got their fair share of scoring chances, and they look to be off to a similar start here in this first period. Though it is very young. Here's Klepov. A shot goes off the goalpost right in behind Tegelar. The light came on. The puck stayed out. This is Dima Zilkin. Cuts back along the boards, put into the skates, and then the stick of Julius Sari. Michael D'Alessio, Otter defenseman, chases there against Igor Barabanov. This puck flipped back out to center ice. James Go on it here for Saginaw. Their only remaining overager after the trades of Sebastian Gervais and Nick Sema earlier this year. Pass into space. Zilkin drops it back for Levi Harper. Standout rookie blue liner here for the Spirit. Leads all rookie blue liners in the OHL with 39 points on the year. This is Barabanov down low. Takes a shot in front. That one nearly deflected on goal by Zilkin. It ends up in the glass. That'll be Case Kamzik to battle for it for the Otters. And flip back along into the offensive corner. Harper left it behind, though. Looking for some help from Nikita Klepov. Found him. Barabanov looking for Carson Harmer in the middle. He was knocked off that puck. And Plant will take over here for Erie and clear. Barabanov quickly to that puck for Saginaw. James Go can't get it into the Otters' end with speed. So Julius Sari there first against Carson Harmer. Bodie Stewart will force another steal here. Third line on for the Spirit. Harmer and Stewart out with Jensen Geldart. Wheels this puck around for James Go. Then to Harmer. Little slip there for Bodie Stewart. Wheels it back in. Has Otters on him and flips a backhanded pass over to Levi Harper. Sharp angle try goes off bodies in front. Now the Otters trying to fly the zone. Evan Hedrick could not handle that pass. And it goes down for an icing. 17:55 left in this first period. And the puck nearly trapped on the Otters side of their blue line here to start out this hockey game.
Great start, like you said, Dylan. I mean, they're playing the way they played when they were, leading the West a couple of years ago. I mean, they cycle the puck well and very creative offensively. They just got to find a way to put it in.
Offensive zone faceoff can't be corralled by Saginaw. It'll be cleared back into their end where Graydon Jones is on this here. Stretch pass out. Cut down by Bodie Stewart. Otters can't take over. Graydon Jones wheels it over to Drew Roscoe. First-year defenseman out of St. Louis. This will be a cross-ice feed from Geldart. Bodie Stewart tries to hold off on the near boards. Caden Smith. Taken away by Evan Hedrick, but stepped into by Graydon Jones, and no more puck there. A cheer from the Saginaw bench. Hedrick. This one back and across. Otters look to move north into the offensive zone. Ulysses Lombardi. This is twisted back in behind Saginaw's goaltender, Stepan Shurigan. Graydon Jones' helmet came unbuckled on that collision with Evan Hedrick. He'll move this on for Drew Roscoe. Turnover forced still. Caden Edwards there for Erie, nearly dangerous. Left behind by Saginaw's Klepov. He tries to recover. Gets some help from Jones and then Roscoe again. Picked off again by Caden Edwards. Otters look for a first chance of their own. Trevino's shot kicked to the corner by the defenseman Jones. Liam Storch is on this. He takes a check and the puck off the body. Handled back up to center ice. Sawyer Schmidt, who draws back into the lineup. Now this is Storch down the right wing, looking back in front. Can't find Schmidt there for Klepov. On and off his skates to his blade and then the corner. Liam Storch will find Klepov again. The chance that goes off the outside of the net. Back behind the Erie goal, Blake Gowan. 3.5 gone here in the first period. Josh Glavin gets a shoulder into Ritter Coombs. He'll settle this puck down at center ice and the Otters snap it back in. Shurigan moves it quickly to Xander Valeris. 11 forwards and 7 defensemen for Chris Lazary tonight. This is off the stick of Popoy and held up at the right point by Glavin. Back in looking for Kluche. Erie's Lucas Ambrosio on him. And some help from Andrew Kuzma. Picked up via waivers earlier this season from the Kingston Frontenacs. And now up the left side, Julius Sari's shot gets deflected on its way through. Ryan Hanrahan can't clear this puck for Saginaw. Otters keep it alive, but it'll flip over the stick of Ambrosio and head all the way back down into Erie real estate. That allows more line changes here for Saginaw. That puck ramps up off of a stick and into the Otter bench. Brings up a stoppage, 15:45 here in this first period. No score, only one shot. It belongs to Saginaw, and it came off the stick of the defenseman Josh Glavin, but really good opportunities in the offensive zone for the Spirit. They've outscored the Otters 11-4 so far in the 2-game season series. Again, split between the Dow Event Center and Erie Insurance Arena.
I'm really been impressed with the defensive play so far we've seen. I mean, Jones held the blue line, the offensive line and the, defensive blue line, and then Glavin stepping them clear on the red. It's great defensive hockey.
Physical start for a Spirit team looking to snap a 5-game losing streak. This is McLean Agret down the right wing. Otters want their first chance at Stepan Shurigan. He's played against them already a handful of times. Here's Zilkin down the right wing with Barabanov breaking. Finds Klepov. It's on and off his tape. That pass does not materialize cleanly. Here's Kuzma back in for Erie. Looking for the late man was Deck. Now Barabanov poked away from him. Kuzma knocked off this puck by James Go. Barabanov bumped to the middle. Klepov wanted Zilkin. He's got to pull it off the stick of Michael Deck. And Erie's leading scorer will clear the puck and get a little bit more from the Saginaw captain, Zilkin. James Go to lead the charge. Barabanov into the circle, behind the back pass. Klepov has room. Barabanov low again. In the trapezoid behind the net, considers his options. This is Levi Harper up high. The return pass picked up. Barabanov lets it go. This is Klepov. Now Barabanov again. Left circle shot fought off by Tegelar with the stick above the blocker. Now to the near boards it comes. Cooper will take over here for the Otters and clear this one onto the stick of Luke Plante. Taken into the boards by James Go. Plante keeps it alive, just tosses into the far side corner. Case Kamzik, who came over in a trade with the Sarnia Sting earlier this year, sends it back down below the Saginaw goal line. This is Plante again. Cross ice pass. Julius Sari. Now for Plante. Broken up here by Jacob Kluche. Can he get out of the zone? The puck left behind a little bit right in front of the Saginaw bench. The Otters will take back over. Julius Sari up the wing for Plante. Off the gloved hand of Saginaw's Levi Harper. He's got Kamzik on him. Gets some help in the way of Brody Papoy. Some stick work there from Kamzik. Drops it back off in behind the Spirit net. Jones up the wall. Cut off on its way through by Blake Gowan. Right back onto the tape of Graydon Jones, who, as Walty mentioned, one of the Spirit defensemen throwing the weight around here to start this first period. Drop pass from Kluche. He's picked up by Papoy. Speed down the wing. 2 Otters on him, so no more puck. It's intercepted on the clearing attempt by Jones at center. Ryan Hanrahan off the wall. Scored his first OHL goal against this team in this building back on October the 24th. Otters will fire it back in. Caden Smith onto the tape of the goaltender, Stepan Shurigan. Wheel up the board. Smith will beat Saginaw's Harmer there. This is up the near wing again. Hanrahan back out at center. Into the skates of Tristan Trevino. Back up the boards. Onto the tape of Graydon Jones. Line changes for both teams. 7 minutes gone in the first period. Still just 1 shot on goal in this contest. That's all there is offensively to really write home about. And the offensive zone time for Saginaw has dipped significantly compared to the first 2 minutes, as they will not be able to beat out this icing, though Jensen Geldart and Bodie Stewart gave it a good go. 12:50 left in the first period here between Saginaw and Erie. No score. We're back to the Dow Event Center in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber. Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hi, this is Dima Jolkin, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. No score here between Saginaw and Erie. 12:50 left as Stepan Shurigan waiting for his first true test. Just 1 shot on goal in this game, and it came off the stick of Saginaw's Josh Glavin. 1,238 saves on the season coming into this contest for Stepan Shurigan. Nobody's seen more rubber in the Ontario Hockey League. Tristan Trevino takes a shot that gets deflected back and behind the Spirit net. That is almost dislodged. Caden Edwards takes the shot, deflected by Geldart. Loose puck in front. There's the first try. Stopped by Shurigan, and the rebound off the cage. Xander Valeris picks himself up in front of the Spirit net. That pass out towards center ice was intended for Carson Harmer. The Otters will intercept, though. Lucas Ambrosio tosses this back in behind Shurigan. Xander Valeris takes a check. Bouncing puck is gloved down by Bodie Stewart. Spirit have numbers back the other way. Good stick there by Ambrosio. Will cut off that pass, and a little bit more as Caden Edwards does not particularly care for Bodie Stewart right now. A little bit of an extra jam after their newer goaltender, Tegelar. Everything will be smoothed over, at least for now. 12:14 to go in the first period. Noah Tegelar, no worse for wear. Bodie Stewart in his second tour of duty here with the Spirit. Second round pick by Saginaw back in 2022. Traded to the Barrie Colts. There was no extra poke there on Tegelar. Just in and around the grill of Tristan Trevino. Otters will win the D-zone faceoff. DeLessio up the near boards. McLean Agret hit by Saginaw's James Go. That's Josh Glavin wrapping his stick on the boards right now. Spirit will see this puck over and into the seats. They're celebrating the physicality here in this game. Saginaw 41 points on the year. That's 8th place in the Western Conference. Final piece of the playoff puzzle should they start today. Otters right behind them in 9th at 34 points. So Erie's got some ground to cover. They'd like to start doing it now. Of course, Saginaw wants to protect 8th, and the goal laid out for him by Chris Lazary after the trade deadline was 6th place. And the team that's focused on development still looking at the postseason picture. This is Harper back out of his D zone. The pass looking for Klepov does not come together. Goes down for an icing as Jilkin was in pursuit of Michael DeLessio. Brody Najum and Uri Rauja are the only two on the shelf for the Saginaw Spirit tonight. Again, Sawyer Schmidt draws back into the lineup. Liam Storch as well after missing a considerable amount of time with injury. Otters are without Callum Hughes, Oliver Turner, Ty Henry, of course, their Chicago Blackhawks prospect, whom they've been without all season long after a training camp injury. No Jake Murray tonight either for Erie, or the third goaltender on the depth chart, Charlie Burns. This is Dima Jilkin. Long snap in, hot chance off the wall, loose in front, great save by Tegelar. That came right out for Levi Harper. Up the near boards again, McLean Agret tries to get things out. Sorry, fires it back in, hits the glass in behind Stepan Shurigan. He was hunting for that puck as it flew through the air. Pass intercepted by Erie's Blake Gowan, then back in. And Shurigan to move it for Harper. Now James Go. Barabanov down the right side. Levi Harper on Ambrosio, stumbling. Harper stops up, flips this puck back. Blake Barnes, the shot, missed wide. Barabanov on it again. Taken into the boards by Case Kamzik. Barabanov still with this puck. Harper keeps it alive, but only for that moment. As the Otters will see Kamzik down the wing, and he's taken into the boards by Harper with some more after. And now a penalty coming here with 10:35 left in this first period. It will be Kamzik to the box on a roughing penalty. Saginaw their first IBEW Local 557 power play in this game.
Well, you got to credit Levi Harper. I mean, he made incredible entry into the zone and put a couple Erie defenders on roller skates for a minute. And then he comes back and holds the blue line, makes a big hit, and doesn't retaliate. Great shift.
Little shot there from Kamzik. And then he picks up the full-on roughing penalty. I don't know that we actually were able to capture it there. The extra shot there. And Saginaw on their current 5-game losing streak, just 1 for 9 on the power play. To this point in the season, though, still 7th best in the OHL, 21.6%. Otters will clear here to start the PK. James Go as the second power play unit starts out here for Chris Lazary. Geldart carves his way into the offensive zone. Levi Harper tries to catch up to it. Ryan Hanrahan is there. James Go back to Carson Harmer. Go again. Ryan Hanrahan, goal line. Popoy, it's off his stick. Now back behind the net. He recovers, tries to flip it there for Harmer. Back at the right point, James Go. Ryan Hanrahan walks in, fan of the pass, and tripped up. Puck comes back the other direction. The opportunity now for Ritter Coombs, shorthanded with Plante. Coombs cuts to the middle, takes his shot, stopped by Shurigan. And there was a rebound for a moment before the Spirit netminder reels it back in and covers. 50 seconds gone on this Spirit power play. They'll have a defensive zone faceoff. A little fumble there for Ryan Hanrahan, and Ritter Coombs comes back the other direction. Really good opportunity. That's the first grade A save that Stephon Shurian's really had to make in this game. Top unit comes out now. Dima Zhilkin, Igor Barabanov, Nikita Klepov. Out with Harper and Jacob Cloutier. Zhilkin and Klepov leading the team with 8 power play goals each. Barabanov. Down the wing he goes and hangs on. Away from Tristan Trevino. Fires it back to the far side. Klepov, a good lead there. Harper moves it. Here's near side chance. Cloutier put back in front. Kicked out by Tegelar. What was probably a pass, looking for Igor Barabanov on the back goal post. It'll register as a shot on goal, I believe. 40 seconds left on Saginaw's first IBEW Local 557 power play. In a scoreless game, Klepov in front. Again, same deal. The long pass into the pad of Tegelar. That time another chance was shut down off the stick of Levi Harper. Cloutier again for Nikita Klepov. Patiently in the corner. Caden Edwards follows him. Zhilkin the shot. Trevino got a stick on it. A little bit more. Back and forth between Edwards and Zhilkin. Not too much more after that, though. 8:56 here in the first period. Third game of the season series. A little bit of frustration. Good opportunities there, but Walshy, how about that read? Tristan Trevino gets the active stick on to shut down Dima Zhilkin.
Yeah, very aware. Good defensive play there. Obviously, 71's a threat. Standing on the hash mark, you definitely want to have a stick on him.
Spirit win the draw. Harper shot, snap wide. Zhilkin picks it up, sends it back to Harper. One more chance here on the power play. Klepov, Barabanov, Zhilkin, and a save made by Tegelar. More jostling afterwards. Really strong saves now after it took about half the period to get to our second shot on goal. They're coming with a little bit more regularity here on the Spirit power play. Braden Jones will join here in the dying moments of the power play as Jacob Cloutier comes off. They win it back. Zhilkin blocker save made by Tegelar. Saw it the whole way through. Michael Deck on it. Clears. And that'll be it for the power play. Case Kamzik has been released. Levi Harper back at 5-on-5. Lost the puck. And they'll say that he was into the offensive zone before he could recover. Full head of steam there for Harper. A little bit of frustration. Many youngsters on both of these rosters that are really fun to watch. For both clubs, 11 players, 22 in total in this hockey game, that are either 2008 or 2009 born. So this is the youth movement here between Saginaw and Erie. And Levi Harper, 39 points on the year. Again, we've talked about it every single broadcast. Best season by a rookie defenseman in Spirit history. And a lot of fun to watch as that rush would have been had he been able to hang on to the puck. Jones for Stewart. Picked up by Drew Roscoe. Snapped up the far side. Liam Storch cuts back away from Ambrosio. Drops it off. Here's Roscoe to the corner. Takes a shot. He scores! It's the first OHL goal. Drew Roscoe makes it 1-0 Saginaw. Another exciting rookie blue liner was just getting ready to sing Roscoe's praise as he beat us to it. First goal for Saginaw's second round pick in 2025. And a nice little release to sneak through the body of Tegelar.
Only took 12 games for number 11. And that's good to get that one going. Obviously, he's been working hard to get back to join this team and make an impact. And he just goes short side and find some space. Maybe far side. Maybe my eyes are getting a little old on me. Where'd it go, Dylan?
It's in the back of the net. I think that's what is going to matter most to Drew Roscoe. Now a steal here for Sawyer Schmidt. Another rookie's got an odd man break back in. Schmidt pulls up and shoots, and a blocker save will send that puck over the glass off the hands of Noah Tegelar. And it has been a battle to get back in for Drew Roscoe. Off-season knee surgery held him out until after the first of the year. Shattuck St. Mary's 15U product, 36 points in 61 games with the program last year. But he was here in Saginaw for training camp at the start of the year. Was a positive presence all around the rink all camp long, and you could see as he was sitting out watching everybody get in to the drills and the scrimmages just how much he wanted to be on the ice. Kept a positive attitude. He's back in the lineup, and he's got an OHL goal here in game number 12. Liam Storch, handcuffed by Julius Sari. Now Tristan Trevino up and around. Cooper for Kamzik. Otters down the wing with speed. Kamzik has his pocket picked by Hanrahan. He'll pick up this puck first. Bodie Stewart needs a line change, so Hanrahan will take it into the zone himself and nearly find Blake Barnes. Luke Plante takes it away, puck off the boards, and Barnes will handle it center. Angled in by Carson Harmer. Liam Storch will hang on to the only assist on that Roscoe goal, and Brody Popoy will snap one that goes off the crossbar and out of play. 6:55 here in this first period.
Well, Dylan, you were talking about the number of young players out here. The number of Americans is pretty crazy in this one too. 2 American teams and 14 American kids. That's got to be some sort of record.
A patriotic hockey game here in the Dow Event Center. One of them, Drew Roscoe, just scored his first goal. Another American, Liam Storch, out of Rochester Hills, Michigan, picks up the assist on that.
In the spirit of the Olympic opening ceremony.
I like that. You're into it.
Proud to be an American, Dylan.
Outlet pass. Looking for another American, Brody Popoy. Another Michigan native, Brody Popoy, goes over his head and back in for Graydon Jones. And some trouble. Saginaw somehow avoiding the too many men on the ice penalty there. Jackson Schouten out of Webster, New York. We'll send this one back over to Ambrosio. And Walter, now that you mentioned it, you can't help but see it every time one of these guys touches the puck.
Well, thank goodness the Erie bench didn't see that too many men. It was hidden from them. Otherwise, we would have gotten a reaction that definitely probably should have been called too many men.
That was a close call there. Drew Roscoe right now, it looks like he might be headed down the tunnel for some repairs. As Chris Lazary is asking for an extra moment here. Roscoe will head back down the tunnel. Accompanied by Spirit athletic therapist Andrew Plate. Not sure exactly where he got tagged. It might have been in the frenzy to get back on the bench, on the ice for the change, and then back off again. Referees are having a conference now just inside the neutral zone. Alex Jobert's come over, and he's got something to discuss with Chris Lazary. See if we can get a look at the confusion there. That was Popoy moving this puck over. That was right after the too many men on the ice problem had just been solved. 6:17 here in this first period. Everybody looking around, and Drew Roscoe's back down the tunnel, but Saginaw's gotten away without a too many men on the ice penalty. Ritter Coombs on this through center ice. Levi Harper lost his stick, and a delayed penalty here. And Coombs, frustrated, snaps that puck off the glass. Get an earful from the linesman Justin Cornell, had to duck out of the way of it. And it looks like Saginaw's going to head back to the IBEW Local 557 power play, and holding the stick is the penalty. And if the Otters weren't upset enough about the missed too many men on the ice call, this will serve to frustrate further.
Well, I don't even think they realized they missed anything. It was just, it happened in a perfect place on the ice where the Erie bench had no idea because they can't see over there.
Well, the holding the stick penalty on Ritter Coombs was seen and called by the officials. Saginaw, one of their second IBEW Local 557 power play in this game, up 1-0 on the first OHL goal from Drew Roscoe. D-zone draw, flipped off the stick of Barabanov. Tossed down and paddled by Spirit goaltender Stepan Shurigan. Top unit is out. Kuzma, Jack, Sari, and Tristan Trevino, the penalty killers for Chris Millette of the Erie Otters. Barabanov into the skates of Zhilkin, stolen. And the Otters flip things back out. Too far into the skates. They couldn't make any shorthanded tries down the ice. Levi Harper. The speed up to center. The drop pass. Barabanov, Zhilkin. Now it's onto the tape of Klepov, and Saginaw's into the zone. Past Barabanov. This is Levi Harper. Now Kluche again. Back to the boards. And Harper, it'll escape off his tape. Back out to center ice. Quick recovery, though. Klepov is back in. Protects the puck away from Michael Deck and rims it back around. Barabanov is there on the far wall. Looks to make a move up high. Harper off of his skate. Klepov again. Stops up in front of Michael Deck. Moves into the circle. Back to Harper. Fakes the one-timer. Back across. This is Klepov. Inside a minute to go on the power play. Nikita Klepov with some room. Fakes the shot. Moves the puck. Now it's Barabanov. He scores! Great manipulation by Klepov. Perfect release by Barabanov. The power play goal makes it 2-0.
What a snipe. Igor bar down Barabanov. I mean, just rips it off the top crossbar and in. I mean, you almost thought they were setting up the bumper play again. They've been doing it all power play. And instead he elects to just, move out a little bit towards the dot and find a piece of twine or a piece of red pipe to kiss it off of.
Barabanov becomes the second 60-point man on the Spirit roster this year, as this is shot in on Stepan Shurigan. He makes the save and covers up. Klepov picks up an assist. Barabanov picks up the power play goal to make it 2-0. 4:52 left in this first period. We take a break. Saginaw up 2-0. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about: questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. Nikita Klepov and Levi Harper have the assists on the Igor Barabanov power play goal. It's made it 2-0. We mentioned prior to the break, Barabanov becomes the second player on this roster to hit 60 points. Levi Harper hits the 40-point plateau here in his rookie season. Another rookie, Ryan Hanrahan, has this up to Carson Harmer. Taken off his stick by D'Alessio. Off the corner boards. Brody Popoy wheels around. Snaps it back underneath to Carson Harmer. Reversed again. Glavin's got to get over. At the right point. Taken away by Ulysses Lombardi. Glavin spins around, kept alive. This is Hanrahan looking for the pass in front. Brody Popoy can't get a handle on it. Now it's picked up and moved out by Caden Smith. To the middle. It bounces over the tape of Evan Hedrick. Locks up with Josh Glavin. Xander Valeris out to move things into neutral territory. He leads the charge. The Saginaw defenseman drops it off for Carson Harmer. Snaps a shot, never got to the net. The penalty's coming. Xander Valeris, who disagrees. An interference call will send Saginaw to their first Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here of the game, and a shot at redemption here for the Otters.
Yeah, they get one back for that missed call and definitely want to close the gap, or at least have some opportunities here. I mean, 3 shots on net in the first period. Got to make more happen.
Xander Valeris trying to move the man out of the way. He looks for the stick pick there on Michael D'Alessio. Doesn't connect the way he wants to, so tries to take the man out of the play. An interference call. Otter power play. Kuzma shot right into the glove from Stepan Shurigan. The Otters 18.1% on the season. That's 19th in the league. But so is Saginaw's penalty kill at 19, 74.5%. The Otters have surrendered a league most 12 shorthanded goals on the year. Blake Barnes looking like he wanted to be offensive-minded there for a moment. We'll send things down onto the stick of Noah Tegelar. Lone tire for Bodie Stewart back behind the play. This is D'Alessio, poked at by Josh Glavin and Bodie Stewart. Haley had a chance back the other direction into the Otters zone. Stick check on Julius Sari. Saginaw forcing the issue here. Shorthanded in the Erie zone. Keep sending those 2 forecheckers back in, Barabanov and Stewart. Andrew Kuzma, cross-ice pass deck, tries to poke it around Glavin. It gets through. Here's the chance off the iron, pops back in front after it was in behind Shurigan. That chance off the stick of McLean Agrette. Goal posts at both ends so far in this first period. It stays a 2-0 game. McLean Agrette back in. Stops up, slides the puck to Deck. Now to Julius Sari, just inside the line. Deck again, top of the circle, down low, bumper play, can't find Agrette. Sari again. Near side off the wall, miscalculated by Kuzma, snapped out of the zone. Over the head of Stewart by Josh Glavin. Saginaw gets fresh penalty killers out. 7 power play goals against on the last 20 opportunities here for Saginaw. Opposing power plays have gone 35% on the man advantage here in this 5-game losing streak. And Shurigan nearly gave the puck away. He did give the puck away. Evan Hedrick got his money's worth out of that challenge, but D'Alessio escapes out to center away from Nikita Klepov. Trevino to D'Alessio. Back to Luke Plante. Pass to D'Alessio again. Now Hedrick just backhands this in on Shurigan, and a skipping puck over his stick at the last second, and he makes a pad save. 2:10 left in the period. 7 seconds here on this Otter power play. And Tegelar gets it away from Dimas Yilkin. That was a strange bounce at the last second, and Shurigan still had the pad down, but he was in the process of getting back up. Spirit kill off the penalty. Valeris is out after the interference call. The puck at center. Noah Tegelar to stop things up in behind the Erie net. D'Alessio, the return pass off the end boards. Tristan Trevino up the wall. Angled in by Jackson Schouten. Levi Harper backhands his puck along. Sawyer Schmidt taken away by Schouten. Coombs back to Schouten. The overager down the wing and a glove save by Shurigan. And Caden Edwards into a pretty quick headlock there from Levi Harper. And Jackson Schouten comes back over to let Harper know he doesn't appreciate it. Schouten just back from a 1-game suspension. 27 penalty minutes in an Otters sweater in just 8 games coming into tonight for Schouten. Harper took exception to Caden Edwards and his closeness to the Spirit netminder. 90 seconds left in this first period. We'll see what kind of penalties we've got here. It looks like only Levi Harper makes his way to the penalty box. And roughing the penalty. So if the Otters do not find a power play goal here by the end of the period, it will carry over into the second.
Well, that is a pretty loud name for a big human being. Jackson Schouten. I mean, that's great, dude. He's a big boy.
6'7", 216. Free agent signing by the Otters of the Rochester Junior Americans in the NAHL. Otters to their second power play in the last couple of minutes here, looking for something before the end of the first. Sorry. Shot into traffic, pad saved by Shurigan, though we didn't see it. Off the wall, McLean Agrette. Sorry. Then to the boards, Michael Deck, down to the bumper. Here's a chance in front, save again by Shurigan. The rebound, they score. Tyler Cooper, 5th of the season. Otters convert on the power play to make it 2-1.
Well, another American finds the back of the net. Cooper with a pretty juicy rebound. Nothing Shurigan could do to control it, really. Quick puck movement on the power play, and Johnny on the spot.
Looking to feed the man in the bumper spot. Tyler Cooper, this year's second-round pick here for the Otters. And again, in a game with so many youngsters, it's good to see they're the ones getting on the board here. 58.3 left in the first period. Both goaltenders have seen their shutout bids snapped here. This puck back out. It bounces at center red. Luke Plante into the skates looking for Ritter Coombs. Carson Harmer has his pocket pick. Here's Plante again into the circle. Takes a shot. That one rang off the bar. In behind Shurigan. Gives it a little tap with his glove. Brody Papoy now for Cloutier. Harmer poked away. It cost Caden Edwards his stick. Rimmed back around. Raiden Jones into traffic and another penalty upcoming. It's an interference call, and it comes against Saginaw. So a shot off the crossbar, in behind Stepan Shurigan. And another rush to the penalty box here for the Spirit. And things looking a little bit differently here at the tail end of the first.
Very different. Erie's working their way back into this game, and it didn't take long to them to catch up on the shot tally.
Might have been for Harmer at the edge of your screen. He pushes the stick right at the last moment there. We'll try to get a word here. If that is, in fact, the infraction. Just got a quick glimpse at that clip. 13 seconds left in this first period. He didn't slide it towards the puck carrier, I don't believe. We'll see what replays we can look at. Drop pass for Klepov here, shorthanded. Down to Zilkin. 3 seconds once the Michigan and rolled off his stick. Zilkin keeping everybody on their toes here at the tail end of the first. It doesn't quite lay down for him. But his team is going to take a 2-1 lead into the intermission. The power play goal from Barabanov, the power play goal from Tyler Cooper of Erie, and the first OHL goal in the career of defenseman Drew Roscoe for Saginaw. That's the difference maker here in the first intermission. We'll take a break. It is Covenant Cancer Care Night here inside the Dow Event Center. So Dr. Human Norkiani will join us, an oncologist from Covenant Healthcare, coming up in a moment here in your home, Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today. The disability experts in your community.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or Uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit.
Looking to stay in touch with your community? Check out Great Lakes Bay Connections, a collection of shows and podcasts bringing you local voices, telling local stories from local people. Great Lakes Bay Connections features Hey, Great Lakes Bay, Generating Gratitude. That's what she said. United Shades of Gray, Mi Gente on Air, and more. Listen weekends on WSGW, anytime on your favorite podcasting app or at WSGW.com. Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
On Covenant Cancer Cares Night inside the Dow Event Center. So pleased to join us from ice level, Dr. Human Norkiani. Doctor, it's an important night here, obviously, for a lot of reasons, but the number one thing that you and I are going to start here with, cancer screening and detection. For people that might not even have it on their radar, I guess why it's so important just to be aware of these things and get yourself checked as early and often as possible.
Yes, thank you for having me. Cancer is best treated and cured when caught early. Oftentimes, cancer is silent, so screening is meant to detect cancer before it becomes so advanced that chemo and more advanced treatments are needed, and before it becomes incurable. So the earlier we find a cancer, the more curable it typically is.
Do you find people in the last number of years or so are better about being proactive about this sort of thing and getting themselves checked early and often?
For the most part, yes. There's more awareness within the general population about the importance of cancer screening as it pertains to breast cancer, for instance, mammograms. But we still have a ways to go for lung cancer screening, for colon cancer screening, especially in our younger patients. But for the most part, I think we're making strides.
And Doctor, you've been with covering healthcare since 2022. What have you seen as far as the services you're able to offer people just to help them through these kind of times?
We offer treatment from beginning to end. We offer radiation and chemotherapy services. We offer a whole range of surgical services, and we are trying to bring the newest and the greatest in the range of cancer treatments, such as bite therapy, which we're the only center north of Detroit to offer this, as far as I'm aware. And so because of this, we want to make sure that all patients are afforded the best treatment available as close to home as possible.
And Doctor, if people want to learn more, if you pique their interest and they want to kind of get ahead of things as well, where can they go?
The Covenant website is a great place to start. The other reliable resources are going to be large academic institutions, such as the Mayo Clinic, MD Anderson's website about particular diseases. And of course, talking to your primary care doctor is probably one of the best ways to learn about maybe some of the things that you may not know about.
And Doctor, I know your expertise is in oncology, but you're a Spirit season ticket holder as well. 2-1 lead after 20 minutes of play. What have you thought about the first period?
So far, so good. They're doing great. I hope they can continue the lead.
Dr. Norkiani, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
2-1. Saginaw's got the lead right now after 20 minutes of play. A shot advantage, but a penalty to kill off. We'll take a break. When we come back, Brad Walsh joins us again. Some highlights and analysis on the first. 2-1 Saginaw. Back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Saginaw Community Foundation also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
It's actually busy in the first half of that period or so, though there was a lot of time in the offensive zone. Saginaw, the long shooting from Dimas Jilkin. We see this probably once a game. Usually it's Nikita Klepov who's on the receiving end of it, but that chance for Levi Harper shut down by Noah Tegelar, making his fourth appearance in a Spirit uniform, an opportunity back the other way about halfway through the period. Stepan Shurigan able to shut that opportunity down a little bit off the goalpost as well. You need a little bit of help to get on through things. But the Spirit, the cutback from Liam Storch, youngsters are the theme of this game, and a shot from Drew Roscoe through the body of the goaltender Noah Tegelar. In his 12th game in the Ontario Hockey League, the St. Louis native and the rookie defenseman picks up his first in the Ontario Hockey League. Nikita Klepov to Igor Barabanov. Stop us if you've heard that before. Power play goal, Barabanov's 20th of the season, up over the shoulder of Tegelar to give Saginaw a 2-0 lead, but a power play goal back the other way. Another youngster, Tyler Cooper, picks up his 5th of the season. On the man advantage, up over the right pad to Stepan Shurig, and he catches in on the rebound. And the Otters get a goal heading into the intermission. First period stats brought to you by Raymond. 9-11, the shots in favor of the Saginaw Spirit, and the power play opportunities have been where we've seen most of our goals in this game. We'll bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh, and Walshy Saginaw struggled on the power play here over the course of this 5-game losing streak. Just 1 for 9 in the man advantage, and they've struggled to keep the puck out of the net on opposing power plays. They see a power play goal against off the stick of the Otters, but they're moving the puck with the confidence, with the belief Chris Lazary talked about. They're creating chances at a top 5 rate in the OHL. They've not been finishing on them. They finished on their chances for the most part in that first period.
Yeah, I like Coach's Corner. I mean, that's really cool. I was playing loops of how to create goal scoring opportunities and, how to release the puck. And, I mean, that's I thought that was really great, coaching strategy-wise, just to encourage guys to try some things and find ways to get those shots in. But, yeah, Saginaw's always been decent at, being creative and opening up shot lanes. It's just a matter of, staying out of the box and playing 5-on-5 and being defensively responsible.
And you mentioned on that Barabanov power play goal, there may have been the anticipation of the pass coming back to Zhilkin in the bumper spot. Instead, Barabanov takes the shot himself. There's something to be said there for the unpredictability. Saginaw's feeling kind of the creativity, and their skill guys are trusting their gut. Just how important is that at this point in the year?
It's huge. I mean, especially on the power play. I mean, played on a lot of teams and a lot of different units, and when a power play is predictable, especially when you're killing a penalty, it makes it so much easier. I mean, that puck, they're sliding it over to the guy with 50 goals, and that's where he makes his money, and he's going to take a one-timer and they're going to score. So stay in front of that guy. Whereas Saginaw, they're doing a great job mixing it up and moving the puck around. And that makes it really difficult when there's multiple options.
We've seen a first OHL goal here tonight. You were at one point a young rookie defenseman here in this building. Drew Roscoe gets his first. And not just the fact that it's his first in the OHL, but having to come back from off-season knee surgery, the things that this young man's kind of gone through to get to this point today. Just how good is it to see another young defenseman get his first OHL goal?
You love it. You're so happy for him, and it's the cherry on top. Obviously he's played meaningful minutes and won some games, lost some games. He's been a part of this team for a while now, but to get the first one off your back, throw the hands in the air. You got the puck at home, wrap it up, first goal. You're not thinking about that anymore, and you can just, move on, and it's not a thought or, your teammates aren't talking about it. It's just, it's over. So you can just, focus on the game and get better.
On the Otter side of things, well, it is still the other side. A minute 31 here of power play time to come out in the second period. They've already cashed into the man advantage once. Otters have hit some goalposts in that first period as well. They're by no means out of this hockey game. They've had some great chances.
Yeah, not even close. I mean, really, once they started mixing it up and finding themselves on the power play, you can't count them out. And as good as Saginaw played to start that period, they could have had a couple home run breakaways if the puck hit the tape. And by no means are they out of it. And Saginaw should be well aware of that. And, foot on the gas. Let's make this a good hockey game because it's very important.
2-1 lead for Saginaw going into the second period. Minute 31 seconds of power play time for Erie when we drop the puck in the middle frame. We'll take a break. When we come back, your out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Here on the other side of this one, you're home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Sebring factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Hi, this is Jacob Gutze, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Scoreboard is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Busy night here in the Ontario Hockey League. No score between the Barrie Colts and the Brampton Steelheads. 1-0 lead for the Guelph Storm over the Kitchener Rangers. Rowan Top has the goal. 3-0 Niagara over the London Knights. Ryan Robrick has a pair. He hits the 30-goal mark. Jacob Monks has his first of the season as well for the Ice Dogs. 4-0 Kingston over the Owen Sound Attack at the break. Alex Mishiak, former Otter, Riley Clark, Landon Wright, and Andre Mondu have the markers for the fronts. No score between Sarnia and Oshawa. Same deal, Windsor and Sunbury. And the Flint Firebirds a 2-0 lead on the Sioux Greyhounds. Jacob Battaglia and Nathan Aspinall, the goal scorers there. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. A minute 31 seconds of power play time. That's what the Erie Otters have when they come out for the second period. Saginaw, a 2-1 lead. We're back with the second after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at garberchesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
As a business, a roof over your head is just as important as the products you create. At Versatile Flat Roofing, our membrane roofs have provided safety and security to businesses in the Great Lakes Bay region for over 10 years. Our quality of production in low-sloped flat roofing systems made Versatile Flat Roofing the 2024 Michigan Elite Contractor of the Year. With more than 1,500 roofs installed and 75% of clients coming from repeats and referrals, customer satisfaction is at the heart of the job. For more information on keeping the roof over your head safe and secure, visit VersatileflatRoofing.com today. That's VersatileflatRoofing.com.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
The Ramsey Show.
You actually can help people, and you don't help them by giving them a government program. You help them by showing them the way out. People love me enough to put their arm around me and show me a different way. I didn't figure it all out in my own head. So there's a power to hope. That's not some kind of false panacea, positive thinking way. It works. You can't positive think your way into everything, but you can't negative think your way into anything.
The Ramsey Show, weeknights at 9 on WSGW. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW. Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Spirit and the Erie Otters, 1 minute and 31 seconds of an interference penalty to Carson Harmer. We'll see the Otters on the man advantage. And they'll try to get back in this game. Josh Glavin back to Xander Valeris after the opening face-off of the second period. Dylan Clark alongside Brad Walsh. Bodie Stewart and Igor Barabanov, the other penalty killers for the Spirit. Stewart with a steal, looking to find Barabanov in front. Can't do it, and he'll slide Tyler Cooper into the boards, back in behind the net. Off the right wing. Andrew Kuzma here for Erie. The late man is sorry. Now Michael Deck, left circle shot, blocked on its way through as Josh Glavin got into Tyler Cooper, the lone Otter goal scorer here in this game. Julius Sari, one-timer from the far circle, up and over the net, off the stick of Kuzma. Julius Sari backtracks in his own end in front of Noah Tegelar. Fresh penalty killers out. Ryan Hanrahan, one of them here for the Spirit. This one snapped back around, and Michael Deck, Erie's leading goal scorer. Leading power play goal man as well. 7 of them on the season. 6 here in Erie, 1 with Owen Sound. Kuzma finds him. Back to the near circle. Sari moves, and that pass cut off by Bodie Stewart and cleared down as McLean Agrette was sneaking right in between the dots. That would have been a pretty high danger scoring chance had that puck gotten through. Good active stick by Stewart. Evan Hedrick speeding down the wing. Snaps a shot deflected by Drew Roscoe. Back in after leaving the first period to go get some repairs. 2 seconds in one. Carson Harmer is out of the Saginaw penalty box. Bit of a rash of penalties at the end of the first period, but Saginaw's navigated this most recent one. Erie 1 for 3 on the power play. This is Caden Edwards. Cross-ice pass. The opportunity fanned on by Hedrick. He gets hit by Xander Valeris. The puck picked up by Saginaw's Hanrahan. Cross-ice pass too far ahead of Harmer. Bounces in on the goaltender Tegelar, who stops and covers, and Jensen Gildart will look on. As an offensive zone faceoff is upcoming, he makes his way back to the bench. And the top line can come back on here for Chris Lazary. Barabanov, Zhilkin, and Nikita Klepov. 167 points on the season between Saginaw's 3 top line players. Of course, Klepov in his first NHL draft year. Barabanov, a re-entry candidate. Dima Zhilkin not eligible until next season. It's a late birth year. Now a long flip into the offensive zone. The Otters are offside. So that puck could not have been played by Caden Edwards. The Spirit find Dima Zhilkin with speed. The shot fought off by Tegelar. Puck to the near corner boards. Nikita Klepov sends it back around. Massive opportunity at one end. Turns into a Dima Zhilkin chance at the other. Outlet passes knocked aside by Klepov and kicked in deep by Saginaw's Levi Harper. Klepov pulls the puck away from Ambrosio. Up the far boards. Wanted to move towards the middle. Instead twists it back underneath Zhilkin. Pocket pick though by Trevino. Moves the puck now to Ritter Coombs. And the Lake Placid native will fire this one back off of Ulysses Lombardi at center. Levi Harper back in for Saginaw. Zhilkin, the drop. Miscommunication between Barabanov and Klepov. Now maybe an odd man break. 2-on-1 here for the Otters. Coombs, this shot goes high. Off the glass. Harper towards the middle. Wanted Zhilkin, but found an Otter instead. Michael D'Alessio, pocket pick. 3-on-1. The Spirit hit the line. Zhilkin to Klepov. Cuts across the middle. Has D'Alessio down. Klepov tried to put it back in front. The behind-the-back pass will not end up on the stick of Barabanov. Otters back up through center. D'Alessio now to chase down against Brody Popoy. And the Spirit rookie has things back in behind his goaltender, Shurigan. Popoy through center. Poked away by Michael Deck. Top line comes back out here for the Otters. Blake Barnes coughed it up. Kuzma trying to hold guys off. And down into the right wing corner, Agrette will close off the check on Blake Barnes. Puck kicked around. Otters have it off the turnover. Michael Deck, 2 Spirit players on him. Gowan keeps things alive through the hit from Storch. Gowan to the circle. Shot fought off by Shurigan. Back for Brody Popoy. Into the offensive zone himself. The drop-off for Storch. Pass down low. Papoy fake the wraparound. Reverses. Save made by Tegelar. It was loose in the paint for a second. But the Erie goaltender locates and covers for a face-off. 4 minutes right on the dot. Gone in this second period. We've seen Brody Papoy manufacture some pretty decent situations from back below the goal line. The craftiness really pays off there.
Very crafty. Just lost it at the last second. I mean, he fooled me too. I thought he was going all the way around.
An impressive run in November and December for Brody Papoy. 17 points in 48 games here. He's put himself as the 110 ranked North American skater going into this year's NHL draft. Cooled off a little bit as of late. He, Carson Harmer, and Jacob Cloutier. The typical second line for Saginaw. That trio of players has gone pointless for the last 4 contests. Drew Roscoe off the stick of Jensen Geldart. Intercepted by the Otters. This is Cooper. Back in. Cam Zick in the slot. Shot goes wide. Plot off the end boards. Big rebound. Here's the chance. That shot sent wide by Trevino. Stepan Shurigan dancing around the blue crease. Saginaw comes away unscathed. They got to get this puck out of the zone, though. As Jones takes the hit and moves the puck to Roscoe. Stewart stops up. Lays the puck to center. Harmer couldn't get to it. Geldart pokes it ahead. This is Jones. The shot from the circle goes wide. Off the boards, Bodie Stewart snaps a shot deflected by Tyler Cooper. And Stewart has to track all the way back to his own end. The pass was missed. Chance off of Valeris' blade. Now Plante has it for the Otters. Pressure coming. Julius Sari off the near side boards. Keeps it alive. Along the blue line, swings it across. D'Alessio looks over his options, finds Evan Hedrick, who's had some good looks here in the second period. Back to D'Alessio, into the dot. Shot blocker saved by Shurigan. The rebound sent over the net by Sari. Evan Hedrick, former first-round pick of the Kitchener Rangers, drops it off. Long shot sent wide by Caden Smith. D'Alessio there for Hedrick, looking towards the middle, poked away by Jensen Geldart. Saginaw does emerge from that opportunity for the Otters. Lyndon Cabral into the offensive end. Reeled in by Smith. Shot deflected by the shin guards of Xander Valeris. Glavin helps him out back in behind the net. Papoy up the boards, pulled away by Hedrick. Tries to steal, and Brody Papoy stays with it here for the Spirit. Moves it to Ryan Hanrahan, then ahead for Jacob Cloutier. Led the Spirit with 7 shots in Wednesday night's loss to the Sioux Greyhounds, rather. Valeris for Cloutier. Quickly over, below the goal line. Papoy, then back high. Glavin to Valeris. Spun back deep again. Cloutier moves from the front of the net. Picks it up. Now moves up high. That pass too far behind Brody Papoy. Saginaw's cleared the zone on themselves. Xander Valeris wanted that puck. Moves it up. Deflected in by Papoy. No icing against Saginaw. 6.5 gone here in the second period. 2-1, still the lead. After first period goals from Barabanov, Roscoe, and Erie's Tyler Cooper. A hit in the corner. Tristan Trevino, the Otter captain, can't get a clean shot towards the net. Saginaw leads the counterattack. This is Cloutier. Ryan Hanrahan cutting towards the middle again. Lost the puck, though, as Jackson Schouten dumps the Spirit rookie. This puck back at center. Levi Harper's got to come over and move that puck off the stick. Now a cross-ice pass. This is Gowan. Tries to move it past Levi Harper with one hand. Back below the Spirit goal line it goes. James Go. Backhands it off the glass. Run into the boards by Schouten. And Trevino from deep in Otter territory. Over to Gowan. Fired back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Puck taken by Michael Deck. Hit by James Go. Levi Harper. Then Cloutier and Barabanov. As the top line looks to come back out here for the Spirit. Klepov hops the boards. Otters move the puck. Here's an opportunity. The shot kicked out by Shurigan. Swinging for the rebound was Deck off that Kuzma shot. And now Saginaw the other direction. Barabanov for Klepov. Into the circle. That shot fought off by Tegelar. Barabanov can't get the rebound. He's lost his net. Poked away at the last second by D'Alessio. Would have been an easy tuck in there for Barabanov. He still got it here. Up high. Nice move. Barabanov in front. Great save, Tegelar. And robs Jilkin of a potential rebound chance. Oh, great moves in the offensive end. Better reactions from the Otter goaltender. It stays 2-1. 12:04 left. Second period. Great chances at both ends. Goaltenders doing what they do best. We're back in a minute here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, garberbuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Back inside the Dow Event Center. Noah Tegelar has helped to keep it a 2-1 game. Saginaw, the 6-3 shot advantage here in the second period. His fourth appearance in an Erie Otter uniform. And Noah Tegelar stretching out to make some really nice saves on the Spirit forward combo of Zhilkin and Barabanov. They're going to stay out here. Offensive zone faceoff. One back. James Go puts it to the corner. Nikita Klepov, it just rolls off his tape. And now D'Alessio made a brilliant defensive play to hold off Barabanov on that sequence as well. Puts this back to the Spirit blue line. Harper quickly up the left side. This is Barabanov. Power play goal in the first period. He finds Dima Zhilkin. Up to the top of the zone and back down the wall it goes. Barabanov, little fan on the pickup. Spins and drops it off again. Zhilkin's got some room into the circle. Takes a shot, stopped by Tegelar. Zhilkin gets his own rebound. It danced up a little bit on him, but Zhilkin settles it down. High in the zone. Here's Harper. Walks in. Tries to carve around Michael Deck. Hangs onto the puck. Wanted to go to James Go. But that'll be picked up and moved out here by the Otters. McLean Agret into the zone himself. Move between his own legs. Agret to the net. Cannot get a shot away on Stepan Shurigan. And the Spirit do not take a penalty. Here's Klepov. Through the hands of Deck, then on for Dima Zhilkin. No more stick for Deck. Here's Barabanov. He's going to try to exploit that. Over. One-time chance fanned on by Harper. Below the goal line here. Zhilkin to Harper again. Barabanov steps into a one-timer, fought off by Tegelar. Now this is Ambrosio to get the Otters out of danger. Saginaw needs a line change, and they'll get it. Sawyer Schmidt, Saginaw's forechecker, up the near side. Stretch pass by Erie. Will go down as an icing as it hopped over the stick of Tyler Cooper. 10:39 left in the second period. Some really good looks in the offensive zone for Saginaw. And Noah Tegelar endearing himself to the Otter faithful using that entire 6'5" frame to keep making some good saves. That chance fanned on by Levi Harper. Could have been the most dangerous of the bunch. Has to shrug off that shot from Igor Barabanov. Off the glass and out, a bouncing puck. Settled down by Jones and moved to Blake Barnes, his defensive counterpart. Sorry. Boxed out by Ryan Hanrahan. Up the boards it goes. Graydon Jones kept it alive. Blake Barnes fanned on the cross-ice pass. It'll be stolen. Here's an opportunity. Case Kamzik on a breakaway. Can't get a shot away. Barnes may have gotten a stick back. That's two great opportunities that don't quite materialize right on the top of the crease for the Erie Otters. Plant keeps the Otters rolling. Stops up, sends Storch going the other way. Shot gets blocked on its way through towards Stepan Shurigan. Plant is on this. This is Kamzik again. Shot snapped wide. No more rebound in front. Tyler Cooper sends it up the boards. Otters try to set up shop now. They drop that puck back. Gowan gets it back. Shot from the circle. Deflected in front by Plant. Goes wide again. Sawyer Schmidt can't pick the pocket of Julius Sari. They'll try again. The puck jammed up. Keeps on going back and forth. This is Plant. In the corner. Lost it there against Graydon Jones. Has to shrug him off. And it's back down low for Kamzik again. Otters trying to sneak a change in the offensive zone. Hanrahan comes on to help out Graydon Jones. And he's moved the puck there for Blake Barnes. Passes up, received by Storch, poked away, but gotten back. Storch tries to take it into the zone himself, just pushed towards the net and swept aside by Tegelar. Blake Gowan flips that puck. Josh Glavin steps into Ulysses Lombardi. Xander Valeris, a little trouble back behind the Spirit. Now he's got to flip this over for Josh Glavin. We'll talk with the Saginaw alternate captain Glavin coming up in the second intermission. Trevino and Geldart back in the Otters end. 2 against 2. Geldart and Bodie Stewart come away with it. Stewart throws into the dot. Shot gets deflected off an Otters skate. Caden Smith off the boot of Stewart and back in to the circle. Finds the man Valeris. Shot stopped by Tegelar. Doesn't know where the rebound is though. This is Geldart. Back in behind the Otter net. Cannot be settled down by Harmer. Can't be cleared either by Gowan. Maybe a friendly bounce off the glass there for Saginaw to keep the puck alive, at least for that moment. Gowan gets it back out. Here comes Smith for the Otters. Snapped it back in. Xander Valeris. Reverses underneath for Josh Glavin. Up for Bodie Stewart. Wanted to pull that puck off the wall for the youngster Geldart. Otters take over. Julius Sari wanted D'Alessio. But Josh Glavin sends it back around. Missed by Valeris. Caden Edwards now for Erie. A chance in front. Shot goes off the outside of the net. Ritter Coombs let that go. This is Caden Edwards taking a rough ride, but moving the puck. Sorry. Near side. D'Alessio again. Back to Julius. Sorry. One-time shot. Stopped by Shurigan. The rebound sent just wide by Schouten. Picked up on the near wall. Otters gathering steam here in the offensive end. Taken away by Geldart. Uses the glass to get out. Carson Harmer tried to throw the check on D'Alessio, and this is Julius Sari again. Otters backhanded in. Shurigan there to play it. Takes a look. Knows he's got pressure on his left side, so moves it back up the far boards. Xander Valeris with Coombs on it. Stewart backhands it out off the boards. A rolling puck. Maybe a chance here for Carson Harmer. Takes a man to the net. Can't get a shot away. Tegelar may have had to make a right pad save. Jacob Klute on now for the Spirit. Hits Harper with a pass. That shot turned out by Tegelar with Carson Harmer in front. McLean Agret here for the Otters. Inside 7 left in this second period. Agret gets closed off by Klute. Puck snapped back in by Julius Sari. And Erie guilty of icing here. 6.5 left in this second period. More good chances at either end. Carson Harmer, that was a tough angle. As Jacob Klute, some words back and forth with McLean Agret. That was a tough angle for Carson Harmer. And he had to take a lot of mass towards the net with the defenseman. Again, not sure if he got that shot off on Tegelar. But a really good chance for Harmer. And just a little bit of a kiss off that right pad. James Go. Shot into traffic, goes wide. Barabanov can't pull this puck away from Julius Sari. Michael Deck for D'Alessio. Otter defenseman flips this in on Shurigan. Knocks it down with the glove. He wanted to move it. But Andrew Kuzma will force the issue. Force the Spirit goaltender to freeze. And that allows the Otters to make the line change.
It's been a bit of a weird period. I mean, once any of these teams get possession in the offensive zone, it's almost like they're on a power play. Defensively, each team's kind of sitting back and letting them skate around. It's got a weird vibe.
An interesting second period. Shots 11-7 in the middle frame. Saginaw the advantage. Shots on goal brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. Levi Harper, miscommunicated pass there. They wanted James Go. The Otters will take over, though. Ambrosio back up top. That shot by Plante on the pass by Cooper goes wide. This is Kamzik again. Up to the top of the zone, and Walshy, just what you were talking about. Trevino's shot kicked out by Shurigan. How long are the Otters going to stay in the Spirit end? Top line is out for Chris Lazary. Dima Zhilkin sends a backhanded pass that was intended for Klepov. Ambrosio, a little whack on the stick there, and Otters are going to put this back in for Stepan Shurigan. Around the glass. Off of Plante, into the skates of Barabanov. Moves it just quick enough to get to his captain. Zhilkin for Klepov. Tries to duck the hit there from Kamzik. Taken down, play continues. This is Harper. Looking to open something up. A shot blocker saved by Tegelar. James Go. Cross ice pass deflected again by Plante. This is Levi Harper over to James Go. Otters try to change. Harper's got to reach back for this puck. Ambrosio. Off of Klepov. Harper off the boards. Leaps over Barabanov's stick. Ambrosio again off the glass. Bouncer settled down by Smith. Lombardi Moves it into the zone. Smith gets on through the D, takes a shot while falling. Saved by Shurigan. The rebound just kicked back towards him by Evan Hedrick. He makes the save. 4:47 here in the second period. Still 2-1 lead for the Saginaw Spirit. Shurigan and Tegelar, the goaltending battle tonight. We'll come back to it here in a moment after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
The Dow Event Center. 4:47 left in this second period. Still a 2-1 lead for Saginaw after all the goals scored back in the first. Some really good opportunities here, though, for the Otters. Hedrick, the most recent one, takes the face-off against Jacob Klutje. For Graydon Jones, then back up towards neutral ice. Off the wall, Hedrick. Into some skates. Pulled out of danger here by Klutje. Jones looking for Popoy. Guilty of icing, though. It did not connect. Down to 4:28 here in the second period. And an important game, not just for these two teams in the standings, but a handful of others as well. With an Erie Otters regulation loss and a win for themselves, Kitchener, Flint, and Windsor would all clinch a playoff spot. Kitchener up 2-1 on the Guelph Storm. Flint up 3-0 on the Sioux. Windsor up 1-0 on the Sudbury Wolves. And Saginaw up 2-1 here on the Erie Otters. Lots of hockey left to be played in each of those games. And the shot goes wide off the stick of Trevino. Drew Roscoe for Klutje. 3-on-2, the Spirit through center. The backhanded pass is handled by Hanrahan. Wanted to put it back in front. That does not connect. Schouten gets a touch pass there from Caden Edwards, and Jackson Schouten leads the charge down the right wing for the Otters. But back in front, a shot stopped by Shurigan. Scramble in front of the net. And the puck is rescued by Brody Popoy. At center, Caden Edwards back in for Ritter Coombs. Taken into the wall awkwardly there by Graydon Jones. Coombs pops back up. Drew Roscoe races for contact against Michael Deck, and Brody Popoy puts that one off the wall. Handled at the offensive blue line by Klutje. And D'Alessio back in behind the Otters net to move for Trevino and then Coombs. Caden Edwards. Cross corner dump in. Taken by Valeris. Then moved along. Mishandled by Glavin. Klutje, Geldart. Cross ice pass. Nobody was home in blue. So this is Blake Gowan. Off the wall, Michael Deck towards the middle. Deflected by Harmer. Ambrosio stolen by Stewart. Move there to Harmer with Geldart breaking towards the net. One more pass in front. Stewart can't get a shot on goal. It rolls back in right in front of the goaltender, Tegelar. The Otters taken out of danger and a good healthy whack by Carson Harmer. Delayed high stick. Lombardi touches it. So Michael Deck now. And Saginaw free to touch the puck again as soon as they would like to. Bodie Stewart will. Inside 3 to go. Long shot. Likely going wide. Blockered even further wide by Stepan Shurigan. McLean Agret. The return from Kuzma and the frustration as Ambrosio wasn't there anymore. More line changes. More end-to-end action. Still a 2-1 hockey game. Kamzik tries to change that here. Puts it into the corner for Plante. Hit by Popoy. Stewart on this for Saginaw. Glavin and Jones as well. Off the wall, Popoy trying to spin away from Trevino. Plante. One of the cross-ice pass for Kamzik. Intercepted by Saginaw's Popoy. Rolls back through center again. Into the zone himself. Popoy trying to get through. Does get through. He scores! A highlight reel goal. Brody Popoy gets through everybody. And Saginaw's up 3-1.
Brody Papoy, just an absolute mule there. Lugs the puck through. Handful of defenders. And that was sick. Stuck with it and buried.
He's had a handful of moments where the hands are on display, but it doesn't quite line up for him. He had about 0.2 of a second to let that puck go. Once he got it between the wickets of Julius Sari, and he gets it right through the body of Tegelar. Into the back of the net. Brody Papoy's 9th of the season. And after all kinds of back and forth, we got a stoppage here and a penalty, but the Spirit have finally broken through, and Papoy, some words for Caden Edwards. We'll see exactly what this call is that we've got coming up. We mentioned a 4-game point drought for each of Klute Harmer and Brody Papoy. Finds the back of the net for the first time since January the 3rd against the Sioux.
Well, Sawyer Schmidt's going to be guilty of a trip here, and it was one that, was totally unnecessary, kind of away from the play, and definitely one he's going to want back. Shouldn't say away from the play. I mean, it was just not ideal. Not ideal, especially after a goal, but it happens.
Well, another late power play. Otters scored on the power play goal in the final 90 seconds of the first. Can they do it again here? Schmidt in the box on the tripping penalty. Here in a 3-1 Spirit lead. This one sent back around Tyler Cooper. Pulled away by Dimas Yilkin. Crosses pass with Klepov. Finds Klepov. Wants to get the return pass from Klepov, but that one a little bit too high and out the other way. Yilkin breaks things up at center. Klepov lowers the shoulder. Tried to carry Kuzma back on through. Extra shove there from Klepov on Michael Deck, and back up the wing it goes. Cooper. Otters on the man advantage, or 4th of the game. Heads up. That can't be handled by Julius Sari. Up into the Otter bench it goes. 1:04 here in the period, 1:16 on that Sawyer Schmidt tripping penalty. Drew Roscoe steps on the ice here. Stuart Barabanov and James Go as well on the penalty kill. And you saw Klepov and Zhilkin. Now that the Spirit have a 2-goal lead, they smell a little bit of blood in the water, rolling the dice a little bit more shorthanded. Caden Edwards goes in heavily to the wall after that collision with Drew Roscoe. Hedrick moves the puck up to Ambrosio here in the final minute of the second. A point shot blockered out by Shurigan. Ambrosio down for Hedrick. Stewart and Roscoe pulling away from him. Stewart to Barabanov, a little shift to get around Ambrosio. Barabanov's got the speed down the wing, left the puck behind though, and takes the hit from Edwards. Barabanov gets it back and moves that puck out to Drew Roscoe, who will take more time off the clock with the long shoot in. Plant up the near side. Pursued by Barabanov, wants to get around Drew Roscoe. Cannot get through James Go, who will put this one off the glass and all the way down. 14 seconds left in the period. There will be a small sliver of hangover time on this power play, carryover time. Klute around, though, shorthanded here in the dying moments. Won't try to test it. Can't get a shot towards the net. So 1 goal in all of that back and forth in the second period. 24 total shots, 13-11 Saginaw in that period, 24-20 on the game so far. And Brody Papoy, one for the highlight reel and all over social media for sure, his 9th of the season. That's given Saginaw the 3-1 lead. We take a break. When we come back, we sit down with Spirit alternate captain Josh Glavin to talk about the season and some of the youngsters and the things that they've done, not just in this hockey game, but the entire year so far. Josh Glavin, Spirit alternate captain, coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
This is Christiana Malagata, your host of That's What She Said. This week, I'm spilling the tea with a woman who has created change in her own life and is prioritizing happiness. Abby Welsh talks about cutting out negativity, dealing with loss, and living true to yourself. Tune in.
That's What She Said with Christiana Malagata. Presented by CMU Health. Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday evenings at 6 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Second intermission, a 3-1 lead for the Saginaw Spirit. Brody Papoy, the only goal in that second intermission. And the alternate captain, Josh Glavin, joins us down at ice level, one of the longer tenured veterans here in Saginaw. Josh, really exciting game from where we sit up here. 3-1, you guys are in the driver's seat. Just how much did you have to grind for that third one, and how tight are things out there right now?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we had a good start to the game. Then we took a couple penalties. One of them costed us, but I mean, second period, it's been a tight one. Obviously, both teams aren't giving an inch, but I mean, just a strong start to this third period will definitely help us secure this lead.
One of your youngsters here in this game, Drew Roscoe, picks up his first in the OHL. Just how exciting was it to see that first one get in for him and to see what he's gone through to battle back and get in the lineup?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, not an ideal start to his career, missing the first couple months, but he gets better and better every game. Obviously, I can't even imagine how tough it would be to catch up mid-season, especially in your first year. But I mean, all these guys, when they get a chance to get their first, it just puts a smile on your face. You and James Go, kind of the elder statesman around here as far as games played in a Spirit uniform. This is just shy of 170 for you. Does it go by pretty quick, and just how much are you kind of relishing in the responsibility of being one of the mentors on this hockey team? Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different kind of year for me, myself, and the way that's kind of gone, and being one of the older guys in such a young room, it's been different compared to what we've had here in the past. But I mean, I've learning from some of the guys of the past, it's been good. I mean, obviously a lot of young guys, so got to mentor them along. And I mean, obviously time flies. I feel like I was just playing my first game yesterday, but I mean, kind of even that's one of the things you got to kind of get through the young guy's head. You got to cherish every single second you're in this league.
You guys, this stretch right now, trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. You guys have been in something similar to this earlier in the year. It was 6 straight prior to the Christmas break. You guys rack off 5 wins out of your next 6 after that. Does it kind of feel like if you guys can break through and get one, the momentum's going to come quick after that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously you don't want to get too streaky throughout the season, but it's going to happen. You have your ups and downs, and it's about being able to grind and win out and to get on the right path. So obviously we can't look too far ahead right now. We've got to focus on this next 20 minutes, and if we do, it'll definitely be a good momentum builder for us going forward.
Josh, appreciate the time as always. Good luck in the third.
Thanks.
That's Josh Glavin, team in the driver's seat right now. Still 20 minutes worth of hockey, at least in this contest. They'll have 11 seconds of penalty kill time when they come back. We'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll go back through some highlights for you. Dylan Clark with Brad Walsh. Back after this, here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Saginaw Community Foundation also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
It's time for your intermission report from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Here's Dylan Clark.
And the goaltenders, Noah Tegelar, Stepan Shurigan in this game had a couple of really good looks in that second. They were perhaps the best players on the ice. A really good look for Brody Papoy there. Noah Tegelar shuts him down, but remember 62 in blue. Another great save by Tegelar on this opportunity on Dima Zhilkin. He reaches over, able to reel in the rebound. Shot off the cuff of Stepan Shurigan's glove. Rebound would come back to him. He makes 11 saves in that second period. Gets a little bit of help from the iron as well. And a little bit of a close call on the baseball swing from Michael Deck. Does not end up in the back of the net. Only one puck did, and it looked like one that didn't really have a chance to. Brody Papoy ducks through 4 Otter skaters and slips one under the arm of goaltender Tegelar to give Saginaw the 3-1 lead. Brody Papoy, that would be, for him, goal number 9 here in his rookie campaign as we take a look at our second intermission stats brought to you by Raymond. 24 shots to 20 in the game for Saginaw. Still, 1 power play goal aside. And a 3-1 lead here for the Spirit as we bring it back up inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh. Walshy, let's start with the fun one. The Brody Papoy goal didn't look like it was really going to be a chance. He's got the entire Otter team in front of him as he hits his defensive blue line. But to pull off a move like that when you're a first-year player in this league, he's becoming more and more comfortable as time goes on. To be able to pull that off, that's got to triple your confidence right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he looked like Connor McDavid skating through the neutral zone, and, you know, we see him do it in the NHL. It reminded me of that. I mean, he's just you don't attempt that if you don't have confidence to begin with. So, obviously, he's having a big first season and making a name for himself. That's just, effort and never giving up on the play.
Brody Papoy had 6 goals between November the 29th and December the 31st. Went a little bit quiet there. Only 1 goal since then, but he's back on, picks up his 9th of the season. Some more chances on the Spirit penalty kill. They're going to have 11 more seconds on the Sawyer Schmidt minor penalty for tripping. The Otter power play's gotten some good looks here, and you mentioned that it's been, at least it was a bit of a strange second period. Even when these two teams were at 5-on-5, everybody was just kind of set up shop in the offensive zone for a minute, 90 seconds at a time. We haven't seen this at any point, really, to this point in the season. What do you make of that second period from a setting up camp standpoint?
Yeah, I don't know. That was strange. I don't think definitely it's not a coaching strategy by any means. It was just, the players kind of just fell into this habit of, standing and watching in the defensive zone. We just watched that power play at the end of the period. It looked like they were giving more effort, on the PK rather than 5-on-5. When it's 5-on-5, there shouldn't be much room to kind of do whatever you wish with the puck. And I think both teams are finding themselves guilty of that. But every third period's a little bit different. The game's slipping away on Erie, and obviously there's plenty of time, but there's not a fourth period.
Well, you mentioned coaching strategy. For Saginaw, you're up 3-1. looking to snap a pretty decent dry spell right now. And you got to imagine the top guys kind of smell blood in the water. What's the messaging right now? Are the reins kind of off going into this third here for Saginaw?
Yeah, you got to keep your foot on the gas anytime you got to lead. And obviously, I think Saginaw's played great defensively, through the neutral zone and keeping the puck in the zone. They're pinching. There's always a forward high, and they're making it difficult for Erie to gain the zone. But once they do, it's kind of just crumbling apart, and we're watching Erie get away with things you shouldn't. And, that goes both ways. So, obviously, just be a little mindful of, Erie slipping in behind you because they could make it a one-goal game in a matter of seconds.
We've seen during those times, not just on the power play, but at 5-on-5 as well. They've kind of thrown some pucks from the perimeter that might not look too dangerous, but they found a way through. They're getting rebound opportunities. You think about that Evan Hedrick chance in that second period that kind of kicked back in on Stephon Shurigan. Just like we saw at the end of the first period. 2-0 Saginaw, they're kind of in the driver's seat. The Otters score on the power play, and they hit a goal post a couple of seconds after that. The point is things can change very quickly. So If the Otters start off strong here in the third period, they might be looking at a very different style of hockey by the time the 10-minute mark rolls around.
Absolutely. If you're wearing a blue jersey, you don't want to be, you don't want to get 3 weeks from now and think back, remember how we blew it in Erie, and now we're in this position. And a lot can happen. Every game's important in the OHL. And regardless of what seed you are, you got to just keep pushing, moving forward. And like Lavin said, momentum is a very important thing in this league, and you got to find a way to close out games.
3-1 going into the third period. Saginaw's got the momentum. Otters have the power play. Just 11 seconds left on it to start the third period. We'll take a break. When we come back, Out of Town Scores, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts. And every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Caro, Croswell, and Seaboing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehomed dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
Hi, this is Caleb Papineau, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Saginaw Spirit going into the third. And your out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's take a look around the rest of the Ontario Hockey League. Everybody is pretty busy right now, except for the Barrie Colts and the Brampton Steelheads. They're still looking for their first marker of that hockey game going into the third period. Jack Pridham, Dylan Edwards, and Christian Humphrey, that is former Erie Otter Dylan Edwards, with his 28th of the season. They've got the Kitchener Rangers up to a 3-1 lead. Niagara 4-3 over the London Knights right now. Pair of goals from Ryan Robrick, Jacob Monks, and Ryerson Edgar have the others for Niagara. Saginaw's opponent tomorrow, London, Jesse Nurmi and a pair of Ryan Brown goals as they try to get back into this one. 4-3. We got a hockey game in Kingston. 4-0 Kingston at 1 point. Otters, Owen Sound rather. Easton Micas, Julian Brown, and Tristan DeLille have come back to make things close at 4-3. 2-0 Sarnia over the the Oshawa Generals. Boy, What an out-of-town scoreboard right now. Ben Pickle and Jordan Bax have the 2 goals. Windsor, 2-1 on the Sudbury Wolves. Liam Greentree and Alex Ferran. Gensula, the only Wolf tally. And a 3-0 lead for the Flint Firebirds on the Sioux Greyhounds. Your out-of-town scoreboard. Gotten through. Buffalo Wild Wings presents it to you. We'll try to get into the third period for you. It's a 3-1 lead here for Saginaw. Third period starts soon on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Mike Avery, and here's what's coming up this week on Outdoor Magazine. First, Taylor Pearson on Trophy Pike through the ice. Then Ben Nielsen of Showspan. In our second hour, Tony Wint on crow hunting, plus Nick Grillo from Michigan Brand Meats. And in hour number 3, Paul Phillips on putting a suppressor on your hunting rifle. Listen Saturdays at noon and Sunday mornings at 9 on WSGW.
Hi, this is Joe, and this week on Generating Gratitude, Brandon Hilliker will be with us. He's the author of the new book, Monarch. Will take us through bipolar, a suicide attempt, and overcoming with gratitude. All this week on Generating Gratitude.
Generating Gratitude, Saturday mornings at 7 and Sunday evenings at 5 on WSGW and online at WSGW.com. This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Center, it is loud. They are in need of a victory. Saginaw in need of a penalty kill. 11 seconds left on the Sawyer-Schmidt tripping minor. Brody Popoy, the only goal of the second period to give Saginaw a 3-1 lead. And Levi Harper will see the final seconds of Saginaw's 4th Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill tick away. The Otters are 1 for 4. But Tristan Trevino will pick this puck up at center. Kuzma shakes by Klepov. Throws a backhander through the slot. Settles down to the far side. Turned towards the net by Michael Deck. A couple of good chances to start off the third for the Otters. Trevino, the centering feed, is shut down by Levi Harper. Collision on the near wall. Gotten out by Saginaw's Klepov. Love down by Ambrosio and fired back in. More bounces off the wall. Shurigan there for Levi Harper and calmly right under the tape of Igor Barabanov. Backhanded pass. Jilkin was hollering for it. D'Alessio got in the way. Barabanov down on the ice. Jilkin, a pass about ankle height. Klepov couldn't settle it down. He's got a one-time from Julius Sari. Back in behind the Otter net. Jilkin flicks this one back up to the left point. Jones across. Barnes down low looking for the stick of Klepov. Couldn't find it. He and D'Alessio going to the end boards again. Barnes. Down the wall through Schouten. This is Dima Jilkin. The whole thing's alive. At the top of the zone and snap right back around. Jones now gets into Ritter Coombs. But he can't hang on to the puck and the Otters have cleared. Nikita Klepov laboring as he gets back to the Spirit bench. Dima Jilkin moves that puck. Ryan Hanrahan fresh onto the ice. Couldn't handle it. So this is Coombs to flip it back in. Blake Barnes. Around the near wall, takes the check. Trevino, shot deflected on its way through. That'll be settled down here by Barnes. Off the far side, this will be Kluche. Picked up at center. Jacob Kluche drops it off. Ryan Hanrahan snaps his shot over the shoulder of the netminder Tegelar. And this is Brody Papoy wanting to keep things alive. Blake Gowan handcuffed by Saginaw's Kluche. Trevino had to get it out of danger. Cooper for Caden Smith. Otters want some chances here in the offensive end. A rising shot will be punched up and away by Stephon Shurigan. Tyler Cooper let that one go. He's got Erie's only goal in this game. Walter, you and I talked about it at the end of the intermission. If the Otters can get a hot start here in the third, they can turn this into a very different hockey game. A couple of really good looks to start this third.
Yeah, they came out hungry. They're obviously going after it, and Saginaw a little bit on their heels to start. Some miscues, but long period.
17:48 left in it. D-zone face-off for Ryan Hanrahan here against Plon. After the tie-up, it comes back and bounces up into the air. Hanrahan's got to handle it loose in front of the goaltender. He'll pull things away. And up ice with speed. Hanrahan there for Kluche. Takes the shot. Stick saved by Tegelar. Down to the near boards again. 3 Otters against Brody Papoy. 4 Otters against Brody Papoy and Jacob Kluche now. And Papoy comes away with it. Just send it across to the far wall. Xander Valeris, it's his turn. Back underneath on the backhand. Glavin and Smith come together and rolls back into Spirit territory. No icing as Brody Papoy is at the end of a long shift. Coughs it up, though. He's looking to find Xander Valeris. A couple of back and forth passes. Now it's Josh Glavin's turn. Saginaw's not out of this jam yet. This puck will find its way in between D'Alessio and the boards. Ulysses Lombardi on the near side. Michael D'Alessio. Rookie defenseman back in. His chance goes wide. Lombardi, after Barnes and D'Alessio come together awkwardly. Barnes back up. He's hit by Kamzik. Move there to Glavin. Off the wall. Papoy back up at center. And then D'Alessio off the near side wall. Evan Hedrick. Stick check by Josh Glavin. Kamzik can't turn that on through. Hampered by Jensen Geldart. Otters have it again. Ambrosio just inside the line. Left it behind. Stick checking of Bodie Stewart. Saw that back in behind the Spirit net now. And Evan Hedrick flips it right in front. Bodie Stewart calmly takes it away. This is Carson Harmer. Up to the air. Stewart's going to try to skate into it. He's got a perfect chance. Stewart scores! What a pass from Harmer. Stewart makes it 4-1.
Well, that's a candidate for the prettiest goal of the game. I mean, what a pass by Carson Harmer. Little alley-oop to his buddy who is flying and absolutely buries on the finish. Top corner.
Nothing too fancy on the stick handle. Bodie Stewart's got his second goal back in a Spirit uniform. It's his 5th of the season. Catches it on the backhand. One stick handle. Flip over the glove. Carson Harmer had to be perfect on that delivery, and he was. The Super Bowl is on Sunday. That was quite the deep ball there from Harmer. This is Levi Harper here into the corner.
Tight spiral.
Tight spiral on that puck. Put it right where Stewart would be. Here's Klepov. Heavy release deflected by Julius Sari. Up and out of play, 15:39 here in this third period. As the Spirit open up and look to protect maybe even add to on that Klepov chance, the 4-1 lead. And again, with Harmer finding the score sheet on that assist, it snaps that scoring drought for him. So Papoy's back in the scoring sheet. Carson Harmer back in the scorers column as well. Jacob Kluche looking to do the same. And again, they're not on a line together tonight. Bonov shot goes wide, so maybe it's unfair to link those 3 players together. Chance by Zhilkin goes wide, but Harper keeps it alive. Klepov near side, go the chance. Tegelar leaning away from that when it goes up and over. Levi Harper finds Klepov. Lots of speed, circling the net, putting it in front. Zhilkin can't cash in. Barabanov handcuffed. Klepov takes another lap. Why not? Stops up. Can't get a clean shot away. Tipped towards the goal by Zilkin, but Tegelar will make the save on the puck that had lost just about all of its momentum. 15:09 left in this third period.
Just going back to the goal, I was so googly-eyed over the pass that I didn't give Stewart enough credit. I mean, that was no nonsense. Crip and rip, just tuck it away.
That's the veteran in Bodie Stewart. Zilkin looks to go to work now. Klepov, who's had one of his better shifts of the game right now. Zilkin can't keep it alive. This is back out at center. You see the speed of Klepov when he gets the crossovers going high in the zone. Look out. This is Caden Edwards on the steal, offside. Klepov, 28 goals on the season. Looks to be the first 30-goal rookie in the OHL this season. He's got the rookie goal-scoring lead right now. 5 goals up on Caleb Malhotra in Brantford. Sawyer Schmidt to take this face-off. Caden Edwards will pull things back. And D'Alessio, cross-corner dump in. Braden Jones out of his own end. Tries to find Harmer. The stretch, no dice. And icing is called here, 14:37 in this third period. Back towards Stepan Shurigan again. Shots 4-1 Saginaw here in this third period. London Knights tomorrow here in this building. Shots and saves night with the Post 3 endowment. The Shots and Saves charity game at 3:50 here in this building. Your ticket to the Spirit game gets you into that one. Star-studded lineup as well. Darren McCarty, Kirk Maltby, Justin Abdelkader, to name a few. This is Harmer in. Now for Storch, back in front, nearly a beaut. That could have been a good bid for Sawyer Schmidt's first in the league. He's got it now. Sends that one wide on the blocker side of Tegelar. Jones for Harmer. Shot goes wide. Tegelar knocked it down with the pad anyway. And a penalty is coming as Storch got the stick high on Trevino. And Storch is going to lock up with another Otter. Some words exchanged between Storch and Caden Edwards. And the penalty looks like it's actually going to send Sawyer Schmidt to the box. So Saginaw back to the Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here in the third period. Got a little bit more wiggle room right now. But it's been 5 consecutive minor penalties for Saginaw as they are sending up opportunities here to the Otters. So we give the high sticking penalty to Sawyer Schmidt.
Another accidental contact. You love to see Saginaw be a little bit more disciplined tonight, not taking any foolish penalties. But penalties nonetheless.
Otters win the offensive zone face-off to start the power play. They're 5th of the game. 14 minutes to get 3 goals. This is broken up by Jensen Geldart. And back in Otter territory for Julius Sari. Geldart continuing to pester him. Hanrahan too. But they get it up the far side of Andrew Kuzma. He dances in. Gives it off for Deck. The return pass looking for Cooper. Intercepted by Hanrahan. Takes a look over his shoulder and elects for the simple clear out of the zone. Geldart disrupts the breakout here for the Otters again. Deck back up. McLean Agret stops up. There's a jam of players along the boards. The Otters still get it in. And Agret looks to spin towards the middle. Michael Deck is camped out in front. He nearly got a stick on that Agret shot. Off the boards. Ryan Hanrahan clears and sends that puck down. They get some fresh penalty killers out here for the Spirit. Tegelar drops this puck off to Julius Sari. Up the boards it goes. Luke Plant. Little handcuff by Kluche. Otters are offside. Kluche, the extra bump there for Plant. Nothing more as he tries to get a reaction. Plant, Chesterfield, Michigan native, one of the other free agents that the Otters have signed going into this season. 2007 born forward. Got a couple of good looks in this game so far. Playing well on both sides of the puck. Victory Honda product. Another NAHL player with Jackson Schouten. Fairbanks Ice Dogs last season for Luke Plum. Bouncer out of the zone. Coombs for Trevino, disrupted by Cloutier again. Stolen away from Gowan. Cloutier down the wing, shorthanded. Backs down towards the goal line. Looking for Brody Popoy, not quite. Jones to Barnes. 18 left on the Spirit penalty. Popoy to Cloutier. Takes the give off there for Jones. Finally does give it to him, and Jones handcuffed by the boards. Jackson Schouten. Goal line. The bump back for Coombs. Fanned on. There will be an Otter out of the penalty box, or the Spirit player rather, out. Back to full strength. Popoy's shot fought aside by Tegelar. Barnes can't get the rebound and just butt-ended aside by the netminder Tegelar. Otters 1 for 5 on the man advantage in this game. Popoy around. Barabanov out of the corner. Approaching the midway point of the third. Igor Barabanov gets the crossovers going again. Shot goes wide off the wall. And another penalty's upcoming. Tegelar to the bench. Frustration as I believe Klepov got locked up in front of the net. Delayed call as the Otters will go back to the man advantage. Here's a chance for Michael Deck on the delayed call. Gets it back. Deck down below the goal line. Tried to slip it through. Could not solve Shurigan there. Finally, the puck touched up by Barabanov. And a roughing penalty upcoming to Nikita Klepov. 11:24 here in this third period. Just at the edge of the screen. And that extra shot there from Klepov is what's going to do it. We'll take a break. Otters back to the power play. 4-1 Spirit. We're back after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh and Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear with a team that plays to win.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW, Carlton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
A 4-1 lead for the Saginaw Spirit as we bring it back inside the Dow Event Center. Nikita Klepov is in the Spirit penalty box on a roughing call. As there's a look at the clock here after that face-off. Do they put time back on? It'll be the 6th Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill for the Spirit in this game. Everybody is looking and waiting here. We've got a discrepancy between the penalty clock and the period clock. Might take this moment to give you a look at the penalty if you're just joining us. Klepov locked up back at the tail end of this play. Got the hands up high. Roughing is the call, and we'll drop this puck back in the Spirit end. Valeris gets the clear. Cody Stewart, Carson Harmer, Josh Glavin, and Xander Valeris are the penalty killers. Julius Sari up for Kuzma and Michael Deck. But they're shut down at the Saginaw blue line, so Kuzma moves for Agret. He's had some good looks in this game. McLean Agret trying to twist that one on through. It's intercepted by Harmer. Looked like he wanted to airmail that to Bodie Stewart again. Saw how that worked out the first time. Cooper out of the Otters zone. This is Michael Deck. Return looking for Kuzma, too far ahead of him. Stewart, fan on the clear. Valeris will get the job done, and it'll just barely stay in. 50 seconds gone on the penalty to Klepov. It is for roughing. There will be one more meeting this season between these two hockey clubs. Right now, Saginaw's got the 2-0 advantage in the season series. There's a chance. He'll be kicked out by Shurigan, and another remarkable save on the rebound chance for Jackson Schouten. Shurigan has not had as many opportunities to showcase the acrobatics in this game. That was the best one by far. Trevino, another shot into traffic, deflected by Xander Valeris. Otters keep it alive. Plont. Xander Valeris may have gotten away with the hooking there. As Gowan send it back down low. Lombardi looking in front, broken up. And picked up by Ryan Hanrahan. Dying seconds of the Klepov penalty. Hanrahan looks to use as much clock as possible. March 8th up in Erie will be the final meeting between these two teams. They've split the season series each of the last 2 years. And, of course, a 5-game series win for Erie in the first round over Saginaw. Klepov is out of the box, and his favorite line mates are with him. He'll find Barabanov. Got it back. Takes the shot that goes wide. Barabanov off the wall for Klepov. Taken down. Continuing into the corner to try and get that puck back from Blake Gowan. Stolen. Here's Barabanov. A shot stopped by Tegelar. Gowan takes care of the rebound. Got Jilkin back in behind the net to work with. Uses the boards. It's kept alive by Drew Roscoe. Jilkin to Barabanov. They keep right on going. Barabanov switches over. Right circle. Shot goes wide. Drew Roscoe on a loose change. James Go to Klepov. Twisting back. Klepov looking over for Barabanov. It was deflected by Gowan. Out of the corner, Gowan again. Hit by James Go. Ulysses Lombardi can't get this puck out, but he will move it to Lyndon Cabral. Cross-ice pass, ramped up the stick of Klepov. To keep things going right the other direction. Jilkin down the wing. Dropped it off. Klepov outside the dots. Tries to throw the puck in front. Broken play. 2 whacks there for Jilkin into the pad of Tegelar. Michael D'Alessio up the wall. This is Klepov again to keep things going. Jilkin, or James Go rather, just hauled down in front of the net. And the Otters clear. Down for an icing. 8:01 left, third period. Tempers flaring a little bit. On the Spirit side of things, a number of players at 2 fights, one shy of the 3-fight limit before you start picking up suspensions. Bodie Stewart, Josh Glavin, Dimas Jilkin, and Carson Harmer have had 2 fights each. With 18 games left after tonight, tension's a little bit higher right now. This is the time of year where guys get into altercations and they think, is it worth it? Do I want to hang on to this one? Barnes for Harper. Whack there from Ritter Coombs. Harper gets out of the way of what could have been a punishing hit. Storch spins. Almost hung onto that puck. We've seen some fancy work here in this game. A counterattack here from Erie. Smith back in front, just disrupted in the last second. Good defensive play by Sawyer Schmidt. Smith has it again here for the Otters. Shouldered aside by Shurigan. Schmidt takes the check. Smith on this puck for Erie. Schmidt trying to battle back. This will be taken by Michael D'Alessio. And the Otters continue down the boards into the corner of the Spirit end. 7 and some change to go here in regulation. 4-1 Saginaw. The hits continue. D'Alessio pulls this off the wall. Stick check by Liam Storch. The bouncing puck. He wanted to escape with it. Otters turn it back in deep. Smith back in front. Read by Levi Harper. Sawyer Schmidt off the board. Storch has to get ready for the stick there of D'Alessio. Back underneath it goes. Barnes looking for the reverse hit there as he backs up into Caden Smith. Smith has it. Shoulder there by Harper. Back in behind the Spirit net. Off the glass. Off the fingertips of D'Alessio. Offside. As Kuzma got in on that one. 6:43 here in the third. Shots in the third period. Advantage Saginaw 8-4. And after they were dead even, 37 shots apiece on Wednesday night against the Sioux Greyhounds, down 6-0. From a confidence standpoint, Walter, for a young team that's fallen on some hard times, to see the net, or to see the lid kind of come off the net a little bit, to see you be rewarded for the efforts, it's got to be a step in the right direction confidence-wise for this young group.
Without a doubt, Dylan.
Carson Harmer back through. Bodie Stewart, a bouncer. Nearly turned over. Man, a few words here in this third period, eh? This puck all the way down for an icing here with 6:14.
I was just telling you, for the listeners, I'm running out of gas. You get 3 kids.
This is Waltzy's flu game here.
I mean, they bring home some new virus to try.
Well, it's
every other week
too.
Every other week, I'm fighting off something different.
We got the cough drops going up here. All the different medical remedies you could think of. It's a battle on the ice. Every once in a while, it's a battle up here in the booth as well.
Without a doubt, Dylan.
Mr. Walsh is doing his fair share of fighting here. Roscoe turned around by Michael Deck. Back for Graydon Jones again. Outlet pass right onto the tape. Bodie Stewart's got some speed on another outlet pass from behind the Spirit blue line. Carson Harmer, the bouncing puck. Jensen Geldart's going to run into Michael Deck. And the Otters will flip this back in. And, there's something to be said. We admired the Carson Harmer pass earlier. We admired that pass as well. There's something to be said about being able to handle the puck as it comes to you with great speed from great distance. That's might seem like a simple play on the part of Bodie Stewart, but, we've seen a lot of times some of these young guys getting great opportunities and they get this great pass, but they just don't quite know how to handle it yet. That's a skill that needs to be developed. Shot ends up wide. Otters looking for a wraparound chance. Off the stick of Shurigan, Ryan Hanrahan. That'll be knocked out of the air by Cloutier. Spirit fans, you get used to watching guys like Michael Misa and Zane Parekh and Owen Beck and Josh Bloom and on down the list over the last handful of years. You can kind of throw a grenade into their skates more or less, and they're going to make a play with it. Well, it took them some time to be able to get to that point. Ryan Hanrahan with this one back around to the right point. James Go gives it back to him. The return pass avoids Brody Popoy and James Go as well. So Stepan Shurigan will give that puck to Xander Valeris. It's intercepted by Cooper. Cloutier does what he can to try and get it back. 4.5 to go here in the third. Cooper back into the corner again. Valeris off the boards go. The slip to Cloutier off the back of Brody Popoy's skate. Comes over to lock up with Gowan. James Go. Harper to Barabanov. Back on through. A lot of time in the zone for this line here tonight. Klepov for Harper, though Popoy is on instead of Dima Zhilkin. And Brody Popoy stationed right in front of the Otters net. This is Klepov. Lots of speed again. Can't quite get that shot on net. Give some credit there to, I believe it was Caden Edwards got a stick on that Klepov shot. This is Coombs. It was a wet blanket on Levi Harper back in the Spirit, and Barabanov trying to escape out of the D zone. Passes on for Klepov. Harper stretches that back skate. Spirit are onside. D'Alessio puts Klepov into the wall. Jackson shouting. Can't get to that puck before the Spirit captain does. He's got to dance out of the way of Klepov there. Rim this puck around. Handled on the backhand and pulled off the wall by James Go. Zhilkin. Dropped off again. James Go down low. Here's a chance for Harper off the outside of the net. Klepov. Zhilkin. No shot there. Puck pinballing around in the slot. Klepov gets it back. Now for Barabanov. Wants to go down the alleyway again. He'll give it back to James Go instead. Near side, Harper faked the one-timer. A little bit too close to the skates. Jammed him up on the one-time opportunity. But Zhilkin's going to steal at center again. Otters trying to change. Zhilkin to Klepov. Waits in. Walks in. Shoots and a blocker save by Tegelar. That'll send that puck out of play for a much-needed stoppage for all parties involved. 2:50 left. Regulation time here. Saginaw's got the 4-1 lead. We're back to the Dow Event Center in a moment. Here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
$2.50 left in regulation here from the Dow Event Center. 4-1 lead for the Saginaw Spirit. And a game with 22 players on either roster formed between 2008 and 2009. And Walter, this is the two teams that are in the spot where development, the focus right now.
Yeah, like you said, those bouncing pucks and handling those bad passes. It reminds me of when Brandon Saad came to town. I remember our first preseason game. I probably threw him the worst pass I've ever, the worst pass I've ever made. And you're just getting to know your new teammate. And he made a play on it like it was nothing, and that was my wow. This guy's gonna be pretty good.
I think it turned into a pretty decent career for Brandon Saad. Storch was chased down there. Good defensive play by McLean Agret. Sawyer Schmidt, a shovel shot that just barely misses over the shoulder of Tegelar. Along the wall. This will be picked up again here by Blake Gowan. Otters out of the zone. Kuzma looking for a late opportunity here inside 2 minutes. Hot shot there. Snared by Shurigan, and a little salt there from Drew Roscoe. What did we talk about? You score your first OHL goal, you're feeling a little bit more confident. Little whack there from the stick of Drew Roscoe.
I think that shot surprised everybody, too. Kuzma had some steam on that. Looked innocent, but all that technology in these sticks these days, that thing came flying out.
14 goals in 50 games now on the season for Andrew Kuzma.
And another thing, Shurigan, we're good to see 5 to 6 highlight reel saves out of this guy every night. And tonight it just took to the third period and made that one early.
Athleticism on display for Stepan Shurigan. He's made 25 saves in this game. Not quite his busiest night. But he's looking to snap a personal drought of wins. His last victory, he made 48 saves on 49 shots up in Peterborough. So A, it was a busy night. B, it's been a little while. So sitting at 25 of 26, he's got to feel pretty good right now for Saginaw's top goaltending prospect. Puck out at center ice. This is Smith to wheel this puck back in. Take a shoulder from Josh Glavin. Oh, look at that. Bounce out of the corner. Most of those little wrinkles have been smoothed out along the boards and the glass, but there is that one spot along the near side down in the Spirit corner that kind of pinball flippers pucks to the middle every once in a while. Final minute here, the third. The Spirit will snap their second longest losing streak of the season. It'll end at 5 games. And again, we talked about this with Chris Lazar prior to the game. After Saginaw's 6-game losing streak earlier this season, they would pick up the victory against the Oshawa Generals going into the holiday break. They would win 5 out of the next 6 games after snapping that losing streak. So the hope is that a little bit of momentum can get built off of this one. It's a tall order tomorrow night against the London Knights. 4-1 right now. And again, we'll touch on it again in the post-game show, but there are some playoff clinching scenarios that hinge on this Erie regulation loss. But a lot to celebrate here in Saginaw. 25 saves from Stepan Shurigan. First OHL goal for Drew Roscoe. And 2 points for the Saginaw Spirit. 4-1. Your final here on this Friday night. Some scoring drought snapped. The wind drought snapped as well. Drew Roscoe's first OHL goal, Igor Barabanov on the power play. And some highlight reel goals from Brody Popoy and Bodie Stewart. 4-1, Saginaw back in the driver's seat, their 18th win of the season. We'll take a break. 3 stars of tonight's game. Your look ahead at the schedule for Saginaw and a lot more. Post-game coverage coming up after this here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
Recognize that sound? That's your heart racing when law enforcement catches you for drunk driving. Truth is, it's happening more and more these days. Cops are cracking down all across America. If you drive drunk, it's more likely than ever you will get caught and you will be arrested. So don't take any chances. If you're drunk, do not get behind the wheel. And maybe you could avoid feeling like this. Drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
I have said, look, we can't sit here and just talk about politics all day, every day.
The Art Lewis Show.
There's too much else going on in the community, and we're part of the community. So it's our responsibility to bring up issues in the community, both positives and once in a while negatives. You take the good with the bad. I was interviewed, a year and a half ago, asked me, are there many people in the state that do this anymore? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. There's not a lot of it anymore.
The Art Lewis Show, weekday mornings at 9 on WSGW. Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
Dow Event Center, 4-1 victory for the Saginaw Spirit over the Erie Otters. Only one goal in that third. Spirit carried a 3-1 lead into it. Goaltenders Noah Tagelar and Stephon Shurigan had their fair share of saves in this game, but some were the best in this third period. But an end-to-end pass. Carson Harmer lays one down. Bodie Stewart skates into it. 5th goal of the season, 2nd back in a Spirit uniform after being reacquired from the Barrie Colts. That would come 3:57 into the period and kind of put things away for the Spirit. The first line would continue to pester Noah Tagelar, Dimas Yilkin, Igor Barabanov, and Nikita Klepov. Team up for quite a few shots in this hockey game. Tagelar stayed strong, ended up having to make 8 saves on 9 shots in that third period. Stephon Shurigan, a couple of athletic stops. None better than that one. Saved it for the third. End-to-end, or edge-to-edge of his crease to shut down Jackson Schouten on that opportunity. The hot wrister off the stick of Andrew Kuzma into the glove of the Spirit netminder. Stops 25 out of 26. We take one more look at your stats brought to you by Raymond. A lot of power play opportunities for the Erie Otters. 1 for 6 on the game. Saginaw 1 for 2. One more time back inside the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth. Dylan Clark, Brad Walsh. Walshy, they tempted fate on a number of opportunities on that penalty kill. Some good work by their goaltender, Stephon Shurigan, and some good reps for the young penalty killing group here in Saginaw.
Yeah, Saginaw, they did enough in the third period, and Erie obviously showing, a little bit of bus leg maybe. Playing at home yesterday, that's a couple 100 miles away. So, tough on them to come back into this place and, and have the juice in the third period. So, good for Saginaw to get back in the win column.
Well, we saw that early goal. Carson Harmer finds Bodie Stewart, kind of settles the waters a little bit. Again, the Spirit have had some leads that have vanished in the third period so far this season. To get that early one, 3 minutes into the third, and just kind of settle everybody in.
That's huge. Yeah, we've seen it time and time again. Saginaw goes into the third with the lead, and a lot happens quickly, and it kind of, dominoes start falling the wrong way. And what a pass and what a bury.
Take a look at the 3 stars of tonight's game. Saginaw, the 4-1 win. 3 stars brought to you by Applebee's. 3 very familiar faces.
Yep, Stephon, he's just been heroic here in Saginaw, making all the big saves. Not as flashy as usual. We're accustomed to seeing, some ESPN top 10s. But Bodie Stewart with that goal we were talking about, kind of icing the game, and Roscoe finding that first one. Great game by him, offensively and defensively.
Bodie Stewart, second goal back in a Spirit uniform. Drew Roscoe, after A largely anticipated debut of Saginaw's second-round pick in this year's OHL priority selection. 12 games into the career, he's able to find the first in the Ontario Hockey League. Drew Roscoe, your first star of tonight's game. Let's take a look at the road ahead here for Saginaw. One more on this busy weekend. 3 games in 4 nights here from the Dow Event Center. Tomorrow night, 7:05 puck drop against the London Knights. It will be shots and saves night here inside the Dow. So that means the charity game begins at 3:50. Darren McCarty, among several Red Wings alumni, Justin Abdelkader, and many, many more to be involved. Joey Kocher will be participating in the game as well. Your ticket to one gets you into both games. 3:50 puck drop. Doors open at 3:15 here inside the Dow Event Center. Then it's on the road next week, Wednesday the 11th, at Flint against the Firebirds. Saginaw looking for their first victory against Flint on the season. And then Friday, February 13th against the Sarnia Sting. Your Applied Innovation look ahead. You can follow along all the action on Flow Hockey and on 100.5 FM WSGW. Our final score from tonight's game, Saginaw 4, Erie 1. The Spirit snapped the 5-game losing streak. They are 18-25, 3-4 on the year. They pick up their 42nd and 43rd points on the season. Trying to hang on to 8th and move a little bit further up the Western Conference standings. Andy Harrington is our producer back in the control room. Matthew Lester's back in the WSGW studios. For Brad Walsh, my name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much from all of us to you, everybody, for joining us for this one. Good night, Saginaw. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.